Starting again for the fifth time. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're testing an ESDL match between Daikon Tactics and Team Patrick for President. I'm W. Your caster, Red Crayon. Welcome to the stream. I hope we're enjoying a lot of good games today. Alright, so we missed most of the pitch man phase. Lots of technical issues. OBS completely stopped working. Froze up entirely. But now that we're in, let's look at what we're looking at. Hopefully. Alright. Looks like we're seeing lots of personal bans, lots of just pits they don't want to deal with. Leona and Nahus. If anybody knows Howling, which is support right here, he's our boy, and everyone knows he loves himself some Nahus. He probably enjoys himself some Leona too. He's talked about her a couple of times. So I believe those pits are directed straight at him. And it's a very common saying, if you want to mess up the bot lane, get rid of the support. When you push out the support completely, then the AC is going to be pushed out pretty well too. They're not going to be able to get any traction because the support's really the controller in the bot lane. Seeing a Rindar ban, some Darius bans, Lucian bans. Looks like some pretty standard bans overall though, like very powerful pits. Now this is something though. We don't have a standard ADC over on the side of Team Daikon. And the last time I casted for Team Daikon, they did run a Yasuo ADC, and apparently it's something they really enjoy doing. So that might be something we're looking at right now. I'll go ahead and copy and paste this where everyone can join in. And posted. Now, anyone join in? Go ahead and take a look at what you can see, because Howling on the Nami, okay. Looks like we're looking at a quirky mid or ADC. Could be auto-filled either. Could be Flets, could be not. We've seen a Nico ADC in this ESDL series so far, so it wouldn't be the most unusual thing. On-hit Nito is very powerful. So it looks like we are going to be looking at a Yasuo ADC. Maybe? They're not switching around. There's no way to know until we get into the game itself. Looking at Kha'Zix jungle versus Jarvan. Kha'Zix isn't a jungle you see too often. It's very powerful. He has a lot of potential to carry a game by himself even, if he gets ahead. But if he doesn't get ahead, then he's not really going to do much. Because Kha'Zix is one of those champions that's very feast or famine. Shin, on the other hand, is an amazing top laner. Shin has the potential to just completely carry a game based on the presence he has. Inside lane and out. Inside of lane, he's actually... They just buffed him too, increased the damage on his Q, which is not necessary. But now he's just going to be stronger. He's even stronger with duelist, strong split pusher. And the thing is, when he split pushes, he can just join the team fights whenever he wants. You start a fight, down bot, you're level 5, the enemy team is level 5, all of a sudden you're getting ulted by a Shin. Just Shin has so much presence, and have to keep that in mind every time you do a fight. Shin to just turn a 2v2 or a 1v2, a catch, into a 2v2 or a 2v3. That's a fight you lose. On the opposite side, though, we got a Mordekaiser top. Mordekaiser has gotten a couple nerfs lately in order to compensate for his ridiculous power, but he's in no means a good position because he's still just ridiculous to deal with. He just has so much damage. He scales so well. He's not exactly a lane bully, but he's not far off of it. It's just one of those champions. It's kind of like Renekton in this case, or a Kled. They just scale so well. Mordekaiser are even harder than them. I'm curious whether or not they're switching or whether or not it's just a visual bug. Because the Yasuo has switched into bot lane. We've seen before, the previous time we watched Daikon, that he does actually really like Yasuo A carry, which Yasuo A carry, everyone knows, is Horde. Not because it's bad, but because it's bad for your opponents. It's just so annoying to deal with. And it's actually a direct counter into Nami. That Nami wave is just stopped, the bubbles are just stopped, the W, the E's, Nami's entire skill set is just blocked by that wind wall. You can stop an entire engage for the team just based off of Nami alone. If this is a Nico A carry, the question is whether or not she's going to run on hit or AP. There's probably some other combinations she could run, but none of those are quite as effective, to say the least. I wouldn't want to see a tank Nico, but Nico on hit is something that wouldn't work too well into this team. Not with the amount of CC and the amount of burst they have. AP Nico, on the other hand, they don't really have any actual tanks. They've got some beefy boys. They've got a Silas, a Jarvan, and a Mortizer. Those are some beefy boys, but they're not actually tanky. They're not multi-level tank. They've got some HP, they got a couple of tank stats, but they're not really going to sit there in front of your entire team for like 5 to 20 seconds, taking up your team. They're gonna take maybe 3 or 4 seconds to burst down, and then they're going to die. But they traded that off for doing lots of damage. Silas in particular is less tanky than, say, a Jarvan, but has so much more burst. He's almost a mage bruiser. Almost. Not quite. We're low into the game now, and we're not seeing anything too ridiculous coming out from summoners. Honestly, that's what you would expect. The only one that's a little out there is the Conqueror and Jarvan, and even that's perfectly fine. Got ourselves a black screen that we're loading in. Everyone's spawned to the map. Nico is starting with the Doran's Blade, so she's not opting for AP off the bat. Maybe that's just to sustain a lane, though. Maybe she's not planning to really Q that much, so that she doesn't need the mana sustain from a Doran's Ring. So Torty is in fact the mid laner, and they do in fact have an ADC Nico. Looks like they're looking for Torty. Oh, he does not have his E though. If Silas had a Z, it wouldn't be that great for laning, but they could have gone for a pit right there. No one was around to follow it up though, except for Mortizer. But no one on flip side, no one from the red team is there to follow it up either. Nami taking a little bit of damage. Pretty sure that was just a Q from Rakan. Yes, it was. We're not going to see any type of weird invades, which is probably a good thing. I mean, I don't see what either team will be able to invade with. All they really have for CC is the Shin Taunt or Nami Bubble, and neither one of them are particularly like too reliable. They're easy to flash out of, dodge. Ooh, that damage onto Silas just from a couple autos. That is the difference in a range versus melee matchup. Level 1s are annoying for them. Jarvan's coming in for the early gank though. Storky doing a bat step to dodge the EQ combo. A lot of damage. Jarvan just walking him down with the red buff active. Storky was full HP and now he's below half. That's honestly great job from Jarvan. Ooh, double knockout coming out from Yasuo. It's a little bit poke. Not anything with it. There's not much they can do at level 1. Ooh, taunt coming down to Mortizer. Taking quite a bit of damage from Shin's Qs. This trade is going on for quite a bit. Shin was kept inside of the Mortizer pass, taking a lot of damage. Jarvan's coming in for the gank now. EQ, ooh, forcing the flash out. I don't know if the flash was strictly necessary. He might... No, Mortizer didn't have his E, so even if he got knocked up there, I don't think he would have necessarily died. But it does allow him to stay in lane with a lot more HP. Jarvan's full HP, but he's a level behind Kha'Zix. Oh, looks like we seem to have a, the Nito seems to have some computer issues going on, and we have been forced to pause. Looking at items, though there's not really much to talk about in terms of them so far. His differences definitely don't over the Kha'Zix right now. Jarvan coming in for another gank. Shin wasting the taunt. Ooh, but now they're fighting inside these minions. Jarvan's going to get the kill. Oh, Shin's passive was not up yet. Shin's passive was not up yet. He tried to pull his sword in to get the shield from his passive, but I had a couple seconds off. Lots of damage coming out to Jarvan, but unfortunately he was not isolated, so he does not take the full brunt from the WQ. Or just the Q, I suppose. Ooh, Kha'Zix forced the flash, taking a tower shot, left with very little HP. Great job by Jarvan going in there. So we're just gonna see a little bit of trading going on more than anything. Jarvan's still sitting top. I guess he's looking for a fight, making sure Shin can't do anything. Shin's now stuck behind towers. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what that was meant to be. I guess he was going for the pressure off on Jarvan to try and stop the bats, but that's a Mortizer. Under tower, it's not going to work out very well. Granted, Mortizer got amazing pull down, keeping Shin under the tower, interrupting the taunt. Kha'Zix came mid, got a little bit of damage off onto Silas. Silas is nearly dead. They have managed to find the Kha'Zix in general. Looks like they're going to be able to get the scuttle for little to no fights. Now be watching out, putting a little ward down, making sure they have vision. The Dragon and a bot lane returning back to their own lane. Up top, Shin reduced to nearly half HP just through the passive and autos. There's a kill. God, Mortizer just does so much damage. That's insane. Oh, that bot. Redondo with the knockup on Danico. Ooh, great wind wall from the Yasuo. Wind wall in the bubble. The W. It's a little bit of damage. Nito has no mana right now. Double knockup coming out for Rakan. Doesn't like any follow-up. Kha'Zix is there, so... Ooh, barely not within range. They keep giving more shields, and Yasuo making sure he doesn't take any more damage than he needs to. Flash coming out from Rakan took a lot more damage from that Q than he expected to. Looking up top, the Shin is just really low. Not much we're going to do against a Mortizer. Shin did just get buffed, but he's still a Shin into a Mortizer. Not really much he can do in terms of duels. Ooh, almost getting the mid Raptor. Ooh, he's going for this kill, but it's Jarvan, so he's just had to go over the wall. Not really much he can do for it. W'd onto him, did quite a bit of damage, but it's just not enough. Jarvan's too slippery. Nito has no mana, so she can't really be fighting. Another double knockout coming from this Rakan. He is really good at these. Unfortunately, it's a Yasuo, which once they hit 6, it's gonna be a good thing. But right now, they're just not really able to do anything with it. Jarvan and Silas are looking for this Kha'Zix. So is Rakan. Will they be able to get him? Knocked up does not land. They did get the Q off. Just making sure Kha'Zix doesn't feel safe in their own jungle. Going up top. Again, just Shin's force under tower, trying to CS the best he can with the impending threat of a Mortizer in lane. I feel so bad. I wouldn't want to be this Shin. Shin and Mortizer is not a fun matchup. Both melees and Mortizer is not a fun matchup. As we look, Yasuo has a 23 CS lead over Nico. CS lead's only to grow at this point if he gets this wave. Kha'Zix find the Jarvan, gets the Q off, but not quite enough damage. Maybe that was just a red auto. But Mortizer finds the Kha'Zix, takes him to the Shadow Realm. Ooh, that's so much damage. Zeiss is here too, so even if... Oh... Even with the Shin ult, it's nowhere near enough. Silas, Jarvan, and Mortizer are just all there. Doing so much damage to that Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix went for the invade onto Jarvan, trying to find him, but Mortizer reacted very well. Lots of good team calls. Ooh, look at that combo. Shin's just losing so much life to nothing. Ooh, get another knockup onto Nico. But Nico gets the root and the ult. But, oh, but there goes the wind wall blocking the Nami ult for any follow-up engage. Worst part is, Nico got that ult off, but did literally 0 damage due to the flow shield and the shields from Rakan. A little bit of damage coming onto Rakan from Nico Q. Thing is, Nico is doing on hit, which I don't know how that's going to work into this team. Rakan gets the double knockup, followed up with the Yasuo ult. There, oh, but the bubble comes out. They're going to get Nami, but Nico does get out. Honestly, ooh, nice flash. But is he WL? There it goes. The red buff finishing off the Rakan. Kha'Zix doing so much damage. Jarvan's rotating down now. Oh, good job from Kha'Zix stepping out there. This is going to be a pretty free dragon on this side of Daikon. Not really much Kha'Zix can do about this. Just the knock-up presence from this Rakan. Getting double knock-up after double knock-up. Yeah, he has a lot of practices at champion. CS leads are really starting to come in favor for Daikon right now. Nope, there it is. 40 CS lead for Yasuo over Nico. Well, that's going to change when she gets most of this wave. The lead in mid is in favor of Corki. I only feel. But it's only about 20. Meanwhile, this 15 CS lead for Mortizer in top lane. But he also has 2 kills and 2 assists due to just fights that have been happening and Roamsy's catching on. Lots of damage coming out. Looks like they might be in the Shadow Realm. Ooh. Oh, no, now they're in the Shadow Realm. Keep forcing them to stay. Oh! Oh! That hurt. That was 296 damage at level 9. And they haven't even completed a full AP item. Thinking. See, the issue is here, I don't know what Shin's building. It looks like getting the knockup onto Nico. Oh, so much going on right there. Great job. Rakan keeping them locked in place with his ult and his knockups, keeping Nami locked away so that she cannot deal with Nico. Nico had heal up and flash, but she didn't use them. Honestly, the lockdown coming from Yasuo and Rakan is insane. Guys are just pushing this tower down a little bit. 5 plates, 3 plates, nearly 2. Looks like they might be looking to try and dive, but he also doesn't have his ult, so a dive there isn't going to work very well. Nami doesn't have hers, but still. It'd almost guaranteed be a 1-for-2 or 1-for-1 trade. Looks like the Nito's just having a lot of internet issues or computer issues. She's reconnected twice now. Yeah, it's Howling, Otaku. I found him. He told me I could it, but I found him. As we see Daikon going for the Rift Herald, 13 minutes, it literally just spawned, so that's pretty early, and they have the pressure to do it. I mean, they have pressure on top lane entirely. I mean, Mordekaiser's 3-0-2. Ooh, gets the pull on the Shin, but it's still Shin, so he has taunt up, but he's not going to have to use it. Mordekaiser already has completed his Liandry's. Kaz is roaming down to get a gank onto bot lane, running across the ward. Taking all his health and damage. Nice wind wall coming out from Yasuo, blocking the Nami bubble. Ooh, that double knock-up! And the charm coming out, locking them down in place. Now looks like they're not going to get the Nico. It looks like they're fighting up Shin, and there's Shin dead. Shin tried to defend the tower, but with Richard and 2 people up there, so much going on. Ooh, and Corky nearly picking up a kill in mid. Honestly, the amount of damage coming out from these teams right now is insane. And they dove the ATC under turret and got the kill. Benito did get a return kill onto Rakan. That's the issue with trying to dive without your ults. It's just that you can't really kill them fast enough. They've already... Mordekaiser is just hitting the 3rd tower. Is he gonna die here, though? Nope, he's turned that 2v1 into a 1v1. Looks like Shin's backing off. Kaz is looking for Mordekaiser. Gonna find him. Well, Shin ulting the Kaz right in front of him. A little bit late of a flash, but Corky has his package. He might be looking. There it goes. Going in on him. Mordekaiser's still looking for the kill onto Shin. Silas doing so much damage to this Corky. My word, what is... Oh, and Jarvan finds the Corky as he runs away. Oh, that's not what you want to see. So much going on right there. This is not what you want to see. Daikon is so far ahead right now. I don't know what Patrick for President's going to be able to do for this right now. Because not only is Daikon ahead, they're ahead with people at Mordekaiser and Yasuo who scale so insanely that how are you going to come back against them? Meanwhile, they're getting another Cloud Drake and Mordekaiser's pushing down the middle tower. Corky TP's back in the mid lane. Saving the tower. For now. Ooh, it looks like they did a pick onto Kaz's, and he's already dead. That was very quick. Looks like they're going for another pick onto Nito. No, they're just rotating down on the bot, hoping to catch out Nami. It's a knock-up, double knock-up, another knock-up. Yeah, she wasn't moving. I hope they're paying for child support with those 3 knock-ups. Blocking the Corky cues, that way he can't clear the wave. Windwall is so effective against a champion like Corky. And Nico and Nami and honestly everyone but Kha'Zix and Shin. This is why I'm questioning the on-hit Nico route. Nico has, out of her 4 abilities, the 3 that do damage, only 3 of them doing damage, 2 of them are ranged, which means they're blocked by Windwall. And her auto attacks are also blocked by Windwall. They're looking for the Kazits here. Shin's here too. Mortizer. Oh, they're getting the. Nope, not getting the knock-up from onto Kazits. Kazits just ulting out. Look at that damage on the Nico though. They tried to collapse on Kazits, but Kazits was slippery. He just ulted and was like, I'm out. Ooh, nice pull time out on the Shin. Shin just taunting over the wall. Gets knocked up by the Jarvan. And slowed. Kazits is here. Honestly, what is even happening anymore? Just locking her in the cage. Jarvan with the ult. Looking for Shin now. Again, just taunting over the wall. Ooh, nice knockout from Jarvan. Followed up with the ult from Yasuo. Now Mord's in a 1v4, 1v3. And gets a kill on the Kazits. Ooh, not quite the kill. And Jarvan follows it up. Under your own tower. But maybe they're going to get a return kill on Rakan. Rakan's under tower by himself. And there he does. Rakan was hitting the tower for a bit there. Meanwhile, Yasuo's hitting this mid tower. You know, it's only 18 minutes. Like, it has not been long in this game. It's just, they're that far ahead. They got so many kills. Got massive kill CS difference, too. Nearly double the CS in bot lane in favor of Yasuo. Just need 2 more. Sylas felling the hop over the wall. Ooh, gets completely... Tunneling a little too hard onto the... No, maybe? I have no idea what's going on anymore. Tunneling a little too hard on Sylas. They didn't manage to get the kill, but... They paid for it with Kazits and nearly Shin, too. The majority of the team isn't actually AD. Majority of the team is actually AP. Berkey's damage is deferred 75 or 80%. He converts all of his base stat damage into magic. Shin does mixed. The only one who's purely AD is the Kazits. But regardless, I'm questioning on it, Nico, not because of the AD-AP ratios mits for the team, but because of the fact that all her damages could be blocked by the wind wall from Yasuo completely negating her. Such as right there. There goes a one-shot onto Kazits. They're going to get the return kill onto Khan. Nami coming out, locking them down. But this Yasuo is just so far ahead. Nami's just running away, trying to get out. And Yasuo just flashes over the wall, gets the EQ on her. That was a 1 for 5. Kazits got caught out there, and then the rest of the team just couldn't do anything to follow help. Ito doesn't really do damage. Red team has decided to surrender this. That means game 1 is going over to Daikon Tactics. Looking at the stats for this game, the damage on Yasuo and Mord. Honestly, I think that might be one of the first things. Is just ban out those 2 champions, get them out of here. They're just so oppressive, and they're clearly capable of playing them. They just showed that right there. They can play those champions. Don't let them get them again. The Corki did well into the Sylas, but Sylas had so much like map roaming potential that he was able to stay in the game and even get ahead. Got multiple kills. Wards, I mean, I wouldn't expect many wards at all being placed from red side here. And the fact that Nami even got 9 is impressive. Had 3 control wards as well. Like, that alone is impressive, considering the fact that they were so far behind. She wasn't even allowed out of her lane or even out of the base at one point. Like she, every time they walked out of a base, they were killed instantly. They got killed in their own jungle. So just, I'm not expecting much in terms of vision from either team. Which is quite a bit of wards placed though. I'm really liking all these control wards bought by Jarvan. Let's move on to the second game here. I wish it was one of those things where we could look at the stats of the game while we're in lobby here, but unfortunately we have to look at what we can and quickly move on to the next. I'm gonna go ahead and ask who wants to be. Now, my suggestions are honestly just ban out those champions. Don't let them get those champions again, because as we were talking about, the on-hit Nico into Yasuo is questionable. AP Nico. Alright, lights in the chat saying it. Corki is 80% AP with his autos, plus his 80 ratio just got nerfed last patch. I don't know how to answer this question. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm not gonna answer the question. Y'all can decide amongst yourselves. But the on-hit Nico is questionable into that team. Not even looking at the AP and AD on the team. Just looking at the fact of the matchup. On-hit Nico or AD Nico. One more name to decide. Fine, Light. Fine. I'll decide. I'll ask. Based on the first team, it's between Dizzy and you for your team. Meanwhile, I'm kind of want to see I only Phil so far. Because Torky was a big factor in that game. Love y'all too. Torky was a massive factor on that team for Patrick for president. He was the one who was like semi ahead, actually keeping up in CS, out farming CS, and managed to get a couple kills, doing quite a bit of damage. But when he also came to his lane, it was kind of too late for him. I think that's the solution right there for Patrick for president. It's just get rid of that, take out that Yasuo, take out that Mortizer. They are too oppressive. Beyond that, there wasn't even really a matter of play y'all could have done. Something y'all could have done really differently. Y'all honestly just lost due to the how far ahead they got off of champions they really specialize in. Interested to see what they. I want to know what they're talking about in the game. See, Patrick for president. I'm trying to figure out who to it as a representative. Like, of course, we want Howling to come in, but that's just mean. Light, he's against you. That's mean. Don't say that. That's rude. All right. Now, I'm trying to figure out who I want to actually get in for Patrick for president right now. Because, of course, we want our boy Howling in. Like, of course, we want our boy Howling in. But we also want to get I only feel in. Because I only feel was. I want to know what was going through his head. He knows the truth. He's not throwing me these lies like y'all, the rest of y'all. He's telling me the truth as it is. As far as what could be done in lane, I don't think the Tatics pick was necessarily what y'all needed. Because y'all had a Shen who's a nice little bruiser tank for y'all, but where does the Tatics play into that? He's not going to be able to really assassinate people on the team. Granted, he was second picked, so he doesn't really know what's being picked. But I don't think the Tatics pick was quite what was necessary that game. So we go into the... Alright, we're instantly seeing the Yasuo ban. Good choice. I hope y'all are listening. I hope y'all are listening to that. That's necessary. And again, we're seeing the Nautilus ban. Y'all are banning out our boy Howling. Y'all don't want him to play his main. We see how it is. Are we going to be seeing the Mortizer ban as well? I recommend. Ooh, seeing the Lucian ban. This might be one of those times they're trying to ban out the ADC in particular. Seeing a Rindar ban as well. Looking at Dizzy's stats, he does play a little bit of Lucian. Not exactly one of his most played champions. Vayne and Yasuo would be... Oh, we're seeing the Vayne ban there. The Jarvan coming out in terms for Patches for President this time, and the Shin coming out for ImpeachedLight. Last time he was against it, he was the Mortizer. This time he was like, no. I'm doing Shin this time. I'm going to show you all I can do as it. A little bit of pettiness going on. I like it. The Nocturne coming out. Okay. Nocturne is not a champion you see very often anymore. He has some issues. I don't play enough of him to tell you exactly what you can do to fix him. All I know is that he has some issues with not being able to deal the damage he needs to do. As being an assassin, he doesn't quite have a ways to get onto people outside of his ult. His Q allows him to chase him down, but when you're chasing someone down and you only have a spell shield to stop yourself from getting, like, CC, you can only do so much. The Kha'Zix coming out again, alright. So, they're looking at this and they're saying, okay, Kha'Zix wasn't the issue last time, what can we do this time? Wait. Hold up. Is this a Kha'Zix top, or is they Jarvan? What? Wait, what? Yeah, no. Tough Loop. I don't know how to say your name real quick. I'm looking forward to it too, because already we're seeing a Jarvan, Kha'Zix, and Talon all on the same team. One of these is top, one of these is mid, and one of these is jungle. Pretty sure this is the mid. Leona band coming out. Again, we're targeting the boy Howling. Otherwise, it's that same band coming out from Daikon. Kiana coming out from Mira this time, though. Honestly, chat, keep talking. The more y'all talk, the more I talk. Tell me what y'all think about what's going on, and we can have an actual conversation going. Otherwise, you're just going to hear me talk crap for the whole time. Kaisa coming out as a ban. Okay. I think they're just completely targeting Dizzy as much as possible. Like, all 4 bans are on Dizzy. Yeah, I don't think it's J4 top 2, but still, that's interesting enough in itself. It's something you've seen before, but it's not something you see often. I want to see how they're going to do it, especially into someone like Shin. Jarvan is good for quick trades. He can poke you out with his Q under tower while you're trying to farm. J4 mid, cause it's top, talent jungle. Okay, now that'd be something. And we're seeing the Corki coming out again. Alright. And Brand. Howling has been playing a lot of Brand lately. He's been telling me about that. Ooh, and the Yumi comes out. Okay. And again, we're not seeing a... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Corki Brand bot. But we're not seeing an ADC again, standard ADC from Daikon. We're seeing a Karma Yumi. So much poke in that lane. And Yumi's actually a pretty decent pick in the Brand. In my experience, the Brand ult doesn't target her. So while normally a Brand can ult and be able to hit at least 2 champions, doing lots of damage like that, Yumi makes it so you're only hitting the 1 champion. But the Karma Yumi coming out, they're just hitting us with all the weird bits today. Kiana and Talon. In lane, I believe that favors Talon pretty heavily, but I think as the game goes on, it's going to favor Tiana more and more. Tiana scales insanely hard, doing so much, just with her execute, doing so much damage later on, it's insane. See, I don't like the fact that these haven't changed yet, because this might actually be Tazit's top. That was something that was being played back there for a little bit. You would rush, you'd max your W first, and you just like heal nonstop. It wasn't actually the best thing in the world, but you just stayed in lane forever. There was nothing really anyone could do about it. You just went full lethality, just like in the jungle. You could also run AP if you want to. It's all up to you, but it's something that I saw a couple people doing. Not too many, but because the back when they buffed his W and increased its sustain on it, it just became something he could do in lane. But still, it's cause it's top. I think this might just be a visual glitch. It might just be Jarvan, but honestly, who knows? So we're just seeing a lot of weird pits, though. We're looking at either a Kha'Zix Jarvan top, we have a Nocturne jungle, we have a Karma Yumi bot. What? Otaku, you're right. It is very spicy. It's extremely spicy. I have no idea what to say about this. This is insane. In terms of win conditions, Daikon has Daikon has two assassins and a very heavy poke mage bot lane, with just a safe Shin that can join anywhere on the map. Heck, we could be looking at a 3-man gank if we have Yumi hops on the Nocturne. Yumi hops on the Nocturne, and then Shin ults Nocturne, and they just go straight in. Yep, was exactly what Loopy was saying. 2v2 into 2v5 very quickly. Like, the potential there is insane, but they have to really work together to do that. Then Daikon have been playing together for over a year, apparently. They were all friends before they joined ESDL and just got together on the same team. So they could already have that type of synergy they need to make that work. Oh, speaking of, you're actually part of Daikon, that's right. So you already know that. Coming from Patch for President, their win conditions are kind of scattered. Both teams just want to snowball. That's what they're looking to do. In terms of scaling, funnily enough, Patch for Presence does have it in terms of scaling just due to Corky and Brand. And then Kha'Zix scales pretty well himself. Talon and Jarvan fall off after mid game though. Talon scales better than Jarvan, but not by much. As we hop into the second game, we're gonna see what we're looking at. You know, I just had a thought. Oh, Doctor, you were here for the first game, right? Was it showing the screen the whole time, or was it a black screen? I need you to answer me. I need you to answer me. It showed the screen. Okay, that's odd because I forgot to switch scenes the entire time. It was on intermission. It was supposed to be showing the team select screen. So the fact that it was showing the in game the whole time is actually impressive. I'm happy for that. Thank God for a little happy accidents. Because I messed up. Alright, so moving on to the second game. Yeah, it's definitely a Karma bot with a. It is. It is Taz's top. It is Taz's top. In terms of team fight, Daikon 100% has the advantage until you count in the brand. Brand. Oh. Soldier Boy Bling has a little bit of issues with its internet apparently. Spectrum OP, as they say. Alright. Alright, just looking at this, Jarvan opting to start with the Hunter's Talisman, looking for a little bit more sustain and a little bit less on-hit damage. Might mean that he wants to go for more of a more of his Raptor and correct clear, rather than single target clear like Gromp. Into the top lane matchup, I'm pretty sure Shin wins it all the way if he ever gets a taunt. Jarvan doesn't actually have the early Jane pressure. You're right, Otaku. Jarvan has the greater Jane pressure early over Nocturne, but he does scale not nearly as well as Nocturne does. Nocturne doesn't scale the greatest, but in terms of damage, once they hit sits, Nocturne's just pressure and damage will be out there. Now keep in mind, the only taints either team have are both bruisers in the form of Shin and Jarvan. So if Jarvan opts to go full lethality or full damage, he's not even they're not even gonna have a taint. Unless this is truly just spicy as heck, and we got the full taint Kha'Zix. Our taint comment on Kha'Zix, that is what people used to run when they wanted to do the sustain Kha'Zix top and Matt's W. So it looks like that is indeed what he wants to go for. The Klepto Karma. Okay, could this possibly be a tank Karma? Bot lane? Could that be what we're looking at? Because normally when you see Klepto onto a Karma, they're usually running top lane and build like Iceborne, Spirit Misters, etc., etc. You don't normally see it on the full AP variants. Game is still paused. I just the looks like Savart's having a little bit of issue with his own team. Okay. Man, this game is something else. I'm really excited for this one. I really want to see what's happening here because I mean we have a Yumi Karma bot and a Kha'Zix top. Like, yes, let's go. Let's do it. I want to see. I want to see how this works out. See, this is the best part about when the game is paused because the chat doesn't work properly for spectators. It just kind of pops up randomly. Like 4 or 5 messages will go by without us seeing anything, and all of a sudden we're playing catch up on reading. So now they're talking about toe fetishes, and so League of Legends. It's like we're still having some internet issues even now. Nearly 5 minutes. Balance out the APAD ratio. That's what I was thinking when they picked it originally, but then I saw the Klepto, and that's where I'm confused on. Because to me, AP just seems to make sense. Especially with Yumi, it gives a lot more AP to match out the AD Tiana, AD Nocturne, AD Mitz, damage, Shin. But Klepto is just usually not run on the AP variants. That's why I was a little confused. Flip side, honestly, both teams are set up in the exact same way. AD tops, AD jungles, and AD mids with AP bots. Brand, Yumi, and Corki Karma. Otato said it earlier. I think this game will come down a lot to snowballs. Like, which mid gets ahead, which jungle gets ahead. Because they don't necessarily have amazing team fight on either side. You have some real good team fight in terms of like how quick the team can collapse in turn on Daikon, And you have a lot of you have team fight in terms of karma naturally, Yumi's ult, Nocturne ult, Shin ult. You have all those that can turn a team fight around. But in terms of actual fighting potential, like okay, we're clustered together, we're all 5v5. I mean, it's a brand. It's a brand. It's a Jarvan. It's a Corki. That's so I'm interested to see what's happening here. Ooh, see, there's that sustain from Kha'Zix. Unfortunately, he W'd a little too early, so he still took an auto that took out part of his HP. But the fact is, he took a Q auto from Shin and was still able to get up to full HP instantly. Nocturne, Jarvan tried to invade onto Nocturne. Both teams are looking to lapse here, but it doesn't look like anything's really going to happen. Both teams are just kind of out. Kha'Zix is already looking a little low. Ooh, the damage coming out from Shin there, and the taunt. But Shin's fighting minions, and Kha'Zix is very good at that. He was isolated, so he was able to get the full Q damage going out. I think this bot lane will heavily favor Corki and Brand for the most part. Ooh. Kha'Zix is trying to flash on top of Shin, but Shin just taunts out. Ooh, and Nocturne's going in for the first gank of the game. Looks like he's finding the Shin taunt comes out onto Kha'Zix. Ooh, that's going to be a not a dead Kha'Zix, maybe? Ooh, nice flash. Both Jarvan and Nocturne flashing to get the kill. But Talon roamed up and cut off the escape from Nocturne. Nocturne getting the first kill of the game, first blood, but Kha'Zix and Jarvan getting a kill here. Now we're looking at a lot of damage onto both mid laners. See, that's how trades really work as assassins. Just one goes in, does their damage, and tries to back off. But then the other assassin just blows their load next. Yeah, I do believe that Daikon will have to close this out early if they want to win, because they just don't scale nearly as well as a brand with Dark Harvest. And we might be seeing a little something up. Jarvan's town journaling the Cruds right now, taking away Nocturne's ability to do things. Taunting the Kha'Zix right next to the tower, doing so much damage. Kha'Zix cannot trade right now, and they're just running down this bot lane. But Karma's taking so much damage, and she is dead. Free kill doing with the Corki, running it a little bit too far. Yuumi flashes. Yuumi has flash. Okay. Yuumi flashes E onto Nocturne. Nocturne was looking for a gank there, but Corki, Karma and Yuumi forced that a little bit too hard. It's still Brandon and Corki, and their early game. They don't really have much in terms of damage right now. She ran down and got the root off on him. He maybe not have mana, but it's still Corki, and his all attacks do more than your Qs right now. Sada LSA coming out. Launch a Q. We're looking at a lot of damage. Teleport coming out. That's gonna be a kill into Corki. Kiana teleported in and got the root off, followed by Karma's. Honestly, great teleport coming out. Like, that was exactly what that bot lane needed. Corki has the CS advantage right now, and so does Kha'Zix, funny enough. Despite not being able to release trade with Shin, it's pressuring him off the wave a bit. And bot and mid lane too. All three lanes are in favor. CS is in favor of Patrick President right now. Kiana is nearly 20 behind. You're right, Luke. You're correct. Daikon has amazing mid game. Meanwhile, the Patch for President has better early and late. I didn't even notice. Nocturne and Karma and Yumi going for that early dragon, getting an early Mountain Dragon. This would be very good for them. It allows them to stay in a little bit better. When they reach that mid game, having the ability to push down turrets and take objectives faster. Ooh, the flash ult coming out from Kiana. Shin joins in. Talon's trying to kill her. They get close, but not quite. Shin was forced to ult. Ooh, getting taunted under tower. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Talon went greedy for that kill, hoping to get the W to get the kill off, but Yumi doing Yumi things, poking down Corki a little bit. But Corki does have fleet footwork, so he's gonna be able to sustain a bit. Meanwhile, a little bit of fights going on. Nocturne Shin taunts Jarvan over the wall. The rest of Team Daikon is rotating. And Jarvan dies for it. Going for that invade. I don't know if that was quite the right call. None of your team was positioned to follow up. The thing about invading or trying to force objectives is that you have to be aware of what team has priority and what team doesn't. If your team does not have priority, ooh, look at that damage coming out from that Corki rocket. But if you're not aware of what team has priority, or if you don't know what priority just means which team is able to rotate to you faster. If your bot lane is being pushed in, or is nowhere near the fight, meanwhile their bot lane is able to rotate freely to you, I have to blade freeze myself here. The whole point is, you have to make sure who can rotate to where first. If you're trying to be aggressive like that, you have to be sure, okay, if I get in trouble here, who's down to reach me first? My team or their team? If the answer is their team, you don't want to do it. Lots of damage coming out of Shin. Shin forced to flash out. Most of that damage is purely Tazits. Tazits is going for the W mats. He is, in fact. They're finding Kiana up top. Ooh, that damage coming out. Kiana ulting off of Jarvan wall, getting the kill onto Talon. Tazits E's and W's in, gets the kill onto Kiana. That's a kill for kill there. So we're going to go back to CS in a little bit. Honestly, this is exactly what I expected from this top lane. Kaz isn't necessarily able to trade with Shin, but he's not going to ever have to leave. As long as he keeps his mana, he controls his mana well enough, he doesn't have to leave lane. His HP is never going to be in a bad spot. And Roller Draft is coming up at a minute and 50, so... Looks like Talon's looking to invade, trying to find the Nocturne. Walking across a ward. Gets found out by Shin. He's getting collapsed on. But it's still Talon, so this is a jump over the wall. He's forced to just hop over the wall and get out from the collapse from Kiana and Shin. Daikon has amazing rotations this game. That's honestly how they're getting their kills. Ooh, Kaz is hopping onto the Shin. Missed his W. The damage coming out. But Kaz is still running that sustain build, so there you go. There's his HP back. Nocturne looking for a gank onto Talon. I don't see that working out very well for him. Corki has his package. So a fight here is possible if they want. Ooh, Yumi busting the ult. Corki using his package to get away. Okay. I guess you still want to take any extra damage, which is probably the safe thing to do. Kiana rotating down. Corki is really low from all the poke he's been taking. I think that was a DC. Ooh, that Kiana damage coming out. Kiana with Karma, ooh. And then Yumi on top of it, that's just so much damage. I think Corti DC'd there, though. He just kind of stood there while 3 people walked on top of him. Well, 2. Yumi's just kind of attached. Yep, there he goes. And I quote, Spectrum OP. Ooh, that damage coming out to Jarvan. My word. And Shin just teleports in too. Like, this was a 4v3? 4v2? And all of a sudden, everyone's down. It looks like this is going to be a free Inferno Dragon for Daikon as well. Looks like... Ooh, that was coming close, but it's not going to quite be enough. I was looking for the steal on the dragon, but it just wasn't quite close enough. Plus, Nocturne did still have his smite up for it. Just the potent damage coming out from Karma and Yumi now that they have a couple items under them. The Yumi nerfs did hit hard, but she's still Yumi, so she does have a bit of potent on her. But Karma is Karma, and Karma's just in buff after buff lately that she does not need. I've never heard someone say like that Karma was in a bad space, and yet they've just been buffing her like crazy. Kiana fine talent doing the Raptors. Ooh, that damage coming out from Kiana. Half healthing the Talon. A bit of that came from Raptors, but still. Jarvan's fighting Shin for this control ward. This is now 2v1. Kiana's coming up. Ooh, the stun coming out of Kaz's. Kaz flashes away, ults, starts running. Jarvan and Kaz both get out, but they're both really low. Now it's Talon's turn to come up, try and see if we can get a kill onto Shin. Oh, looks like he's just back off now. Well, Corti and Brand just work on this bottom tower. Getting play after play. CS difference is still in Corti's favor. Talons and Kalzitz. Oh, and we're seeing the Nocturne onto Kazitz. Kazitz, ooh, Shin coming out with a flash, trying to get on top of Kazitz. Kazitz just responds to W, slowing them both down. It's a little bit of HP. Ooh. And he's Blastone's over the wall. He tries to recall. He's over the wall. Is he going to go for the execute? I think he needs to. He gets the execute off. Chasing him all the way through your own jungle and into your own base. But he managed to get it. Jarvan looks like he wants to... Nope, just gotta walk away. Probably for the best. Kiana chasing Talon down. Looks like they had a little fight. Nope, looks like that's it. They're chasing Jarvan now down too. Like, what is going on? Ooh, Jarvan doing a nice flash for the wall. Get away from Kiana. But is he to be able to get away from them now? Kaz is coming in with the teleport. He's not able to cancel that. Ooh, nice ult coming out. Kiana forced to flash away. Don't get ready for that. If you get ready for that, Kaz, you will die. A lot of these are just trades that go on for too long. You go for a little bit. You don't just go for all of it. Right now, you're trying to snowball, not run away with the lead. Because now the team has really snowballed yet. The favor is entirely in terms of Daikon. It's a 3-9. The gold lead is pretty much even though. Most of that's due to the CS difference in favor of Patrick President. Ooh, that damage coming out on Kazitz. Kazitz forced it back here, otherwise he might die. It's not easy for them to really do damage to Karma and Yumi either. Heals and shields. Nocturne's over the wall with his ult. He's looking to maybe do something. Yumi's being that she was going to hop onto him. Looks like they want to do the thing. Nope. Nope, she's going back to lane now. Shin bringing back the CS difference a little bit by pushing Tatics out of lane there with that fight, but Tatics got back in line time to get most of the CS. Ooh, the tray coming out from Kiana, just half healthy Talon. Jeez, that's the power of Assassin right there. That's the first Assassin matchup. Whoever gets ahead first kind of just wins the lane. Ooh, Shin in the taunt onto Tatics. Look at that sustain from the W though. Ooh, the Q buffs coming out from Shin. And just taunting over the wall too. See, that's a mixture of shields, taunts, dodges, and max self damage on Shin's part. Plus, he's building armor to deal with the lethality build from Tatics. That's how you, honestly, that's how you build the counter lethality. Just a single cloth armor. That's all you really need. Finding a paint ward, Talon looks like he's not there. Daikon's going for yet another dragon. Getting an Ocean Drake might be really good for them. Allison's just stay in lane a bit longer. Helps the man sustain down bot. HP sustain up top. Karma has yet to finish an item, which is kind of surprising. Is she sitting on a bunch of gold? Yeah, she's sitting on 1700. Looks like she's going for Athene's Unholy Grail. They're rotating down, trying to... What even just happened? Just the absolute one-shots coming out. Oh, great collapse coming out from Nocturne, Kiana, and Shin. Just deleting Kha'Zix, Jarvan, and Talon. But Jarvan did manage to get the Rift Tower before he died. If they can turn that into a tower, then I suppose that's... Oh, no, that probably wouldn't even be worth then. 3 kills and a tower in favor of Daikon there. Yumi's not even in the lane. Karma did all that damage to Brand on her own. That's insane. CS, the gold difference is increased to 3k in favor of Daikon. 3 to 13. Looks like they're trying to catch up Kha'Zix here. Ooh, so much movement speed and damage. Torty W's in, forced to flash and heal out. That's 2 assassins you're hopping in on, man, and a Yuumi. Oh, the root goes through though. That's going to be a kill onto Talon. Yeah, there it goes. But they're going to get a return kill onto Karma. That's what you want. Get that shutdown. And Corky gets it too. That's really good for him. Right now, your win conditions are Corky and Brand. They are what's going to bring you back to this game. But they do manage to get the kill on Jarvan with Baron coming out. They could try and rush it, but not exactly the best choice. Just looking at all this, like I said, they really just need to get all these shutdowns onto Corky and Brand. If they can get all that gold over to those two, they really have a chance. Guyana missing the Q, but it doesn't really matter because look at that Brand damage though. She has full HP just a second ago. But it doesn't really matter if Kiana misses Q, because then she just W and get the Q cooldown refunded. Ooh, the Shin TP coming out, the ult. Just the absolute collapse. That Kiana was nearly dead just a second ago. She had no HP. She was about to die to Talon. Talon ulted and jumped over a wall. And then Yuumi and Shin came in, and all of a sudden she's nearly full HP and nowhere near death. Looks like they're trying to get this tower quick. Not much Nocturne can do to stop it. Jarvan ulted him, and that's going to be a free shutdown. Great job. But you mean Kiana came up, got the kill onto Jarvan. They're trading for kill. That's actually pretty worth this. Jarvan's not really worth a lot there. Actually, did he get the kill? No, he wasn't worth any gold, really. He's 1 in 6. Kaz's not the kill there, so his gold value wasn't reset. And they got a shutdown in terms for a reduced gold kill on Jarvan. It's not too terrible of a trade. Choosing over Star right now. Infernal is up in 43 seconds, so. God, it's 2 levels down on Shin. Just due to like all the roaming. Shin has been all over the place. He sits 0-7. Torty walking melee range to Nocturne. Cause it's forced to jump out. So much damage. Speaking of damage, look at all that. Kiana just face rolling all over everybody. And it's just gonna be a Yumi kill, and it's the Yumi kill, yeah. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be rooting. But I just love seeing Yumi gets kills, because I like playing Yumi myself. This Kiana's just so fed right now. This is that mid game that Luffy was talking about. So far ahead. Cause it's stealing the dragon. Nocturne wasn't there, he died before, so that great job from Kaz. Giving up your life to get the Infernal Dragon? Huge. Your team is already the late game scalers. Getting that Infernal Dragon makes them even stronger. Ooh, nice job, Gordy, getting out of there with the package W. I want to talk about what happened over here real quick. They were getting the pick on Nocturne. And then Corte stood in melee range to an assassin. It's not what you want to do. That's honestly probably the one thing. I hope that was a matter of like lag. Because that's just that. If y'all managed to Nocturne without losing Corte there, that would have been much better for you. Yana looks like she's in lapsed on, but ooh, huge slow coming out. Shin teleporting in. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Yumi, Shin, everybody's just there instantly. But look at that brand damage. Good lord. Look at that brand. Oh my lord. Howling coming in clutch. So is the Corky doing so much damage in a team fight. There we go. Karma wasn't there. It was a 4v5. Good lord, that was good. That's all I'm gonna say. That was good. Oh, looks like Corte's having a little bit of lagging in. I think when he just stops to stand still, we can just safely assume it's a little bit of lag, depending based on previous experience with him. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But he was doing so much damage, and that brand ult, oh my lord, the stuns, the W. Howling coming in clutch. Winning that fight for Patrick for president. Fortunately, it all happened so fast, he didn't quite see everything that happened. But you saw enough to know that when you saw those brand kill here, that's all you need to know. Patch for president setting up for this. Well, looks like they're setting up Vision trying to clear out. I don't quite know when Infernal Draft's coming in, but I would think you would want to set up Vision for the Baron, like Daikon has. Jarvan does. Ooh, getting the pit. Nope. Taking out half of Cause's HP in a single, like, QE, but Causes pops his ult and just gets out. Trying to get damage on the Shin, who's building full armor. And has a dodge. Probably not the best idea for you, Talon. Alright. Kha'Zix nearly dying there. Jesus Christ, though. Jarvan going hard right there. Cordy's coming in now. He deals damage. Oh, but going a little bit too far under tower. Oh, the damage coming out, though. See, Shin is straight armor. Cordy does magic damage. But it does still have Yuumi, and Yuumi's not going to let him die easily. Spade from experience, Yuumi's very hard to... is not going to let you kill someone without a fight. Have you ever seen a Yuumi on a Mundo? Taking 5 people 20 seconds to kill the Mundo normally? Imagine with a Yuumi. Or a Raka, or... well, mostly those two. It's just insane. At least the Raka you can just focus. The Yuumi you can't even do that. Now I want to see... well, Moundrade's coming up soon. So, either way, you could try and trade Baron for Moundrade, or you could try and get Vision on both. But that requires a lot of work from the team. Thing is, we have a lot of Duskblades of Drathdar in this game, which means wards are very easy to clear for both teams. Speaking of, we were talking earlier. Ooh. Nice pick coming out from Kha'Zix and Jarvan. See, I was about to mention, we were talking earlier about the fact that Jarvan might not scale as well as, say, a Nocturne if he goes full AD. And that's exactly what he's choosing to do. Ooh, getting another pick on Kiana, that's exactly what you want. But both Kha'Zix and Jarvan died for it. Gorky and Brand are just over here. They're just pushing down towers. That's all they need to do. They haven't even joined the fight, and honestly, these trades are pretty even. 2 for 2 right now. Looks like Hallie is going to try and get some vision on Baron. Meanwhile, Talon and Gorky are just taking the blue buff. Unfortunately, they're watching over a lot of vision, so they're very much spotted. Nocturne has his ult. He's down ult straight onto Talon. Talon hopped to the wall right into a Shin. Single auto was all it took. Jarvan's not up. Meanwhile, Nocturne is. This is gonna be a free. This should be a free dragon coming over inside of Team Daikon. Daikon's Tatics. They have 2 Mountain Drakes, an Infernal, and an Ocean. In Elder Drake is gonna be huge. Kha'Zix going for the assassination, flashing on top of the... ooh, so much damage coming out into the Kiana. Nice job, Kha'Zix. Good lord. So much damage. This Kha'Zix top is working out pretty well. It gives him another assassin, another carry to work around. And he's getting pits. Like, that's all he really needs to do. Looks like we're setting up a little bit for Baron, just getting visual control of it. But Daikon is entirely rotating down. But they are without Kiana, so Patrick for president might be looking to get a pick here. Start a team fight, make it a... Kiana does have TP though. I look at it. Looks like they're just opting for stun over right now. Honestly, this Torty is huge right now. He has 2 items, is about to have his IE. You're right, Tarka. The timer is running out for Daikon. They have Kiana scaling, but this Torty is really starting to scale up, and so is Brand. About to finish his Rabadons. I personally would recommend Rylai's nets just for the slow effect on the entire team, but Rabadon's just gives him all that damage he needs for these fights. Ooh, that Karma getting 3 people with the Mantra Q. Brand is left with no HP. He's going to be forced to back here. Alternatively, Nocturne has his ult up. If they manage to find him. Alright, looks like he's not going to walk across anywhere that has vision. Oh, hopping onto the Corki. That's not what you want if you're Patrick Resident, because that Corki and Baron are really your win conditions. Kaz is popping off too, but they're the ones that are going to do damage in team fights. Honestly, Brand and Corki just need to not get poked out. They need to stay back and try and let the enemy, the Jarvan, look for engages. Ooh, stun coming off. That's going to be a one-shot onto Brand, but Jarvan returned the favor, one-shotting Karma. Honestly, what is this fight? Nearly getting the kill on Nocturne. Talon does manage to pick up the Tiana. Is he dug it out? So far, looks like it. Nocturne has his ult up. Just go for the execute, bud. Just go for the execute. Just get the execute. Ooh, gets the smite. Oh, so close. That would have been 2 executes this game. That's Dragon's Ocean Drake. This is something you might want to force. Try to force Baron at some point. You'll have the team fight. Get vision control. And try and pit someone off. Wait for them to walk into you. With 3 assassins, because let's not beat around the bush. Jarvan is in fact assassin. He's full AD. He has full lethality. But with 3 assassins, you really just want to try and wait for them to walk into you. Watch across your vision and just one-shot someone. Preferably the Nocturne and Tiana. Kaz is hopping over the wall. He's gonna get out. He was getting collapsed on. He was gonna be forced into the Shin. Unfortunately, Shin wasn't really paying attention. It was just CSing. If he had rotated towards the Kaz's, probably would have been able to get a pit there. Ooh, looks like Pratchett's saying, "Hey, if y'all are gonna go for Dragon, we're just gonna go for Baron." Oh no, looks like they were, but then they all just kind of backed off. That was a play they could have made. They had no vision of it. But now they're getting Dragon uncontested, and y'all aren't getting anything else for it. Just kind of sitting around the bush. Ooh, hopping on, trying to collapse this. But they left Brand to just sit there and ult. Fortunately, it's not quite enough. Kha'Zix wasn't there. Kha'Zix there now, and he's getting the kill onto Nocturne. Talon's coming around the wall now. That fight was so disorganized. One person coming in, one after the other. I know y'all are assassins, but it's not what you want to do. Looks like they're trying to go for a dive maybe onto Howling. Oh, looks like they're just gonna pressure him off, force the tower. Ooh, flash ult coming out, but so much damage. It didn't even let that ult hit, but apparently it did. It just completely took away Brand's HP bar. Corki has his IE now. Triforce IE, Rapid Fire, and Sword Boots. Looks like he's going for armor now. Probably GA to deal with all the damage coming out from Nocturne, Shen, and Tiana. That seems to be where they're getting caught. It's just Corki that's one shot. I'm assuming he's still having issues with lag, so you don't. GA is a good way to counteract that. That way, it's lag spike's not the end of the fight. Are they starting the Baron? They are starting the Baron. Brand's not there. This is gonna be a 4v5. Forcing it down. They do get it. Kazus kills it himself. Kazus does get out though. Brand, buddy, just stay away from that. If Kazus died, Kazus dies. Make sure at least one of you lives with Baron buff. Looks like Kazus gonna live too. That was a 3 for Baron. But it's not going to be too bad if they manage to keep their towers up. If they lose right here, then that's going to be it. It's 19-45 right now. Just top, jungle, and mid are just so far ahead. So is the support, 4-1 in 20 sets. Funnily enough, the support has more kills than the APC. Kaz is just being sneaky, just poking them out with his W. Oh, using his E going in. Shin missing the taunt though, so that could have been bad for Kaz. It's very quick. He's the only one. He's one of the only two with Baron buff, so you don't want to die there. Honestly, what the issue that Patrick President is facing right now is that they're getting caught out and they're not doing team fights. They're doing stuff like this, where one person goes in by themselves, meanwhile no one else is there to follow up. Corki wasn't there, Kazus had no HP, Brand wasn't even near. Talon's mid clearing out super minions. Like, going in by yourself is what's causing all this. You're so far behind right now. Shut, you cannot contact me during the game. Alright, now back to the actual game. As I was saying, what's really killing y'all right now is the fact that y'all are going in 1v1. Y'all haven't had an actual team fight right now. Now, one team fight y'all had, y'all destroyed. Otherwise, it's just been this over and over. Try and go for a pick when y'all are behind. Flash Smite coming out from Nocturne, getting the kill onto Talon. Smite kill, that's the second Smite kill he's out in this game. Ooh, oh my lord, oh my lord. Bye, Brand. It was nice knowing you. Ye who live shortly. Talon, I mean, Shin, diving, Jarvan under tower. That's how far ahead he is. He's 14-1 and 22. Stop drawing for 1v1s. Y'all's team are behind. It's 19-49. Y'all, but same thing is, it's only 7.5k gold deficit. Y'all only behind 7.5k gold. Granted, that's a lot of gold. But it's not enough that you can't come back. They're getting Elder now. They have 5 dragons. This Elder is going to be huge for Daikon. Look at that attack speed on to Nocturne. It's Bloodraiser. Ooh. Ooh. Kazus went for the steal again, but this time Nocturne was in fact there. Oh! Oh. That's unfortunate. I thought he got out there. I thought he made the Flash E outplay. But no. Nocturne just ulted after him. God, the damage from Kiana! One-shine Brand as soon as he walked up. And this has been the issue all game. It's just trying to pit someone off and getting picked off yourself. You have to fight as a team, not as assassins. I know you have 3 assassins, but that's honestly what cost y'all the game is you're playing as 3 assassins. And that is going to be 2-0 games. 2-0 for Daikon. That was crushing. Those were some spicy pits, but that was crushing to watch. The morale must have been low. Hey, my boy Howling coming out with the most vision store in the game. Let's go. While being behind, that's impressive. Especially against a team with 2 assassins, ridiculous poke, and two people who can be anywhere they want to be. Troll Ward's bot not turned going hard on the Troll Wards. I enjoy that. Bran, Howling, and Yumi coming hard with them too. All right. Now, I want to get Desi in here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Right, I have to switch a bet. You are completely correct. It should be good here now. Howling going hard with the most wards in the game. I love that. You gotta be kidding me. All right. This is one that went hard those games though, with those weird picks. All right. All right. Is there anyone from Patrick for President that is in chat and can do the interview? Because if not, I want our boy Hallie in here. In the meantime, you know what? Let's get. You know what, Light? You're the coach. Come on. You've probably you were a massive presence in both games, just like Desi was. So Light, hop on it. Hop on the interviews. I will meet you there. Hello, Light.
What's up? Hello?
Hi. Yes, I'm about to invite Hal into this. Invite. I got a Hal in here. That way I can blood his name in the video and people will actually watch it. That's just how it is.
I mean, he is the second best caster, dude.
The majority of people would argue the best, but let's not get into all that.
Yo.
Amen. All right.
Yo, that was rough.
Yeah, I had to tell, especially the second game.
Oh God, that was fucking rough.
We're sorry, Howling. We just saw all those
Bro,
games
first and
and we had to
foremost,
ban them every time.
First and foremost, let's get something straight, son.
That Nautilus fans.
You can't have an 80% play presence on a champion and expect him not to be banned.
Nah, it's not even that you banned.
80%.
I expected. I seen that and was like, yeah, that motherfucker's gone. I expected that. What I didn't expect was you to ban Leona right afterwards.
Twice.
Oh,
so
we gotta target the best player,
So that kind of fucked me up. But you were like the X factor of our game plan, right? So we prepared for their top laner, but we got you instead. And we know you. We know you.
Yes.
We know you. Okay? We know you. We just couldn't do nothing about you. We didn't have enough time to coordinate a plan to do something about you. We prepared for the whole other team, but apparently we prepared wrong because I don't know if you remember Smurf a lot, but the data that you guys have versus the data that we have wasn't even fair. Your data was like, okay, Vayne needs to go. All right, if we get Vayne out of here, we could put him on a champion he's unfamiliar with, and we might stand a chance. That did not happen.
Yeah, if you've watched the last couple weeks, DZ's been playing a lot of Yasuo.
So that did not happen. We didn't do very well that first game. Matter of fact, we was oppressed that first game. Then I picked Nami on top of that. That fucking wind wall had me crying.
Yeah, I mentioned that a couple times in game. I saw that. I was like, oh no. Everything in your kit is just countered by it.
Everything in my kit, the
But-
bubble is countered. The alt is countered. The W to heal my own ADC countered. I can't even throw it to heal my own peoples. Like how am I supposed to do that?
I do need to add something about that game though.
Go ahead.
What was the thought process with the on-hit Nico?
Okay, so Nico. The thought process behind Nico was they banned all his champs.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So his champ pool and my champ pool, we're a very finite team. We don't got we haven't worked together a lot to come up with a whole bunch of combinations and comps.
Okay.
So in not working together, we were like, all right, we can't get who we want to. Let's at least get somebody we're somewhat near comfortable with. Well, he's very good on the Nico. Our first games together, we actually did very well with Nico and Brand. Oppressive even.
Okay.
But we couldn't oppress them. Like them, I don't know who y'all scrim with. Like y'all scrimming with Jesus. And
Oh,
I have a couple teams I like to play with.
You know, you scrimming with Jesus and the rest of the super friends. You and like y'all going with Spider-Man and Mega Man and the rest of them. I don't know who y'all scrimming with, but y'all were not who we were expecting to run into. So now that means we just gotta get. That means we just really gotta get our game up. You didn't break like at no point we were like, all right. I was mad about them. I wasn't mad. I was upset that we kind of gave we like forfeited the first game. I'm like, all right, cool. We could have got more data from it, but they were like, no. After a certain point, that's just them snowballing, and we can't learn nothing from that.
All right.
True.
So I respect the team. I respect the team's thought process behind that, and we gave up the game. But I was more fixated on making sure that y'all knew that we wasn't scared of y'all the second game.
No,
We
you
weren't
guys surprised us a lot the second game.
So
That
the
was good.
second game was a little different, right? Second game was a little different. I went on the brand, which is what I use with our Nico, but you know, our ADC was lagging the entire time, and we
saw that a
were
lot.
having those issues. So he wasn't on point, and like, okay, so we'll jump on doing this, and he wouldn't be able to move the way he wants to, and so that's something else we got to look into
Damn.
and see how we can get that fixed. We had all kind of intermittent issues with that,
Alright, I'm
but
sorry to hear that.
and we're not taking anything away from y'all. Like, we don't care who.
You had that Nocturne pretty tilted early in the game when Gromp was stolen level 2. Like, already started a little bit of tilt. Just throwing that out there.
So I mean,
I just want to address a couple things
go ahead.
before we keep going about the Nito specifically. I understand why Nito now, but why on hit Nito into something like a Yasuo in particular, who you can't really deal with.
We didn't think about it.
Okay.
Like, no, I mean, we are not go. Look, you know me. I'm not about to lie up here, okay? We saw Yasuo, and that threw all of our plans off.
Fair enough.
You seen the meme where like you hit the button and everybody freaking out? We don't know his name. What's his name? That's us. It's Yasuo. Wait, who counts as Yasuo? What can we do? We don't know. I can't play Leona. I can't grab him. I don't know what to do.
Fair point.
That's us. We're running around trying to figure out what do we do about this Yasuo.
Well, I have to give it to Shindari in that game too. His recon was on point. So many double knockups in bot lane. I have to give it to their support. That was insane.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that good with recon, so I respect that. And my Nami still needs a lot of work, which is something but I just can't work with like that. Yasuo just countered me. I felt useless. I felt like I was there for moral support. Like, yo, bro, I got you from back here. Black power to you as you go on about your business. I can't do nothing for you. And I never want to. And that's what frustrated me the most about the first game. I didn't feel like I couldn't do anything. I felt like I couldn't do nothing. I counted myself.
I feel
And then
that.
I picked Nami last. I picked her last. I could have picked anybody else. But no, I picked her.
All right. Next question comes down to the Tatics top.
That was honestly surprising. He did really well on that.
Yeah, but
Go
say
ahead.
as soon as that was locked in, I was like, "Oh my lord, is this it? Is this the Tatics?" First off, I couldn't figure out, okay, who's doing where, because we're looking at Tatics. Tatics has just been
I
playing in the
definitely
jungle.
expected the Jarvan up top.
It could have been Jarvan in the jungle, could have been Jarvan top. It could have been Talon in the jungle for all we know. It could have been some weird freaking Jarvan mid. So we're just confused as to what's going on. And then we see Tatics top, and we're like, let's go. This is spicy as hell. Let's do it.
Okay.
On top of that, we're looking at Karma and Yumi bot. Like, what?
For that decision came from the fact that we got countered so hard that first game. Everywhere we went, we kind of got countered. After banning our champions away, we kind of got into a point where everything we did was wrong. Like everything we picked in that first game was just wrong. Like everything was wrong. So we wanted to move some people around and maybe throw some unfamiliarity that way. And
It worked.
Our
It
jungle
definitely worked. It was a
our
fun
jungle is very comfortable going top. So he did that. And our top went jungle, which, he knows how to play J4, so he did that. And that's where that decision came from. So
Okay.
it was like, all right, we don't know. Let's just throw something their way that they might not, and maybe we can snowball some of these, like get them off of us some way somehow.
I mean, it was working there for a bit. To be
They
honest,
were on our helmet, son.
yeah. To be honest, the only reason I think the second name could have been y'all's very easily, because like despite the fact that we're looking at Light over here with a 14-1-23, we're looking at Nocturne 16-6-13, Kiana 14-6-16. Despite the fact that we're looking at those type of scores, y'all were winning team fights.
Yeah.
But the issue was after a certain point, y'all didn't have team fights. It was literally just one assassin goes in, a second assassin goes in, a third assassin goes in. Meanwhile, you and Corky are just kind of like left in the lurch. Like y'all are in base. Y'all aren't even near this fight. Why is it going on?
Okay. And that has a lot to do with coordination of our team. The way we were coordinated for some of these fights weren't good. And
Yeah.
we're still in the chat right now talking about it. We're like, just some of the ways we already noticed. Okay, note, we weren't coordinated. We weren't on the same page about some certain things, but certain things we were. Like I'm personally wanted to fight you guys for every single dragon that y'all went for. We knew you were doing it. I saw that it was happening. I'm like, hey man, but we weren't in coordination of, hey bro, they're doing dragon. What do we do? I'm top, so we ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, that was a big part of it.
Right. And that was mostly us not playing around the objectives, not used to playing as a team. And of course we had no excuse because Impeached is a sub himself. We had a sub ourselves.
I'm the coach though, so it's a little different for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They do have some synergy, yeah. But there's another thing though. Daikon, even with Light as their coach subbing for them, Daikon as a team have been playing together for a long time. They're friends, so all joined together.
And we aren't. We're just a random group that kind of got together and wanted to play. Well, actually, not. ESDL put us together, so things like that happen. Like stuff happens. So we've been trying to get a practice together, but we haven't gotten one, and that's a really, really huge thing for us because again, our champion pools are very finite. They are very small. I've been working on expanding mine because as I play in the ESDL, I realize that I can't have a one-trick champion and people just let me have them.
Exactly.
That's not how that's happening.
I mean, you're too Nautilus, man.
I'm not gonna play Nautilus.
Is scary as a champion as it is.
I'm not gonna play Nautilus at all in the ESDL. Period.
I feel that. I got to play Yumi for the first time the other day.
Like, yeah. And I'm like,
And they
bruh,
banned it after
okay.
that.
I'm like, all right, cool. This sucks. Like, this sucks bad. I'm like, all right, so I'm just not gonna play Nautilus. And then y'all banned Leona twice, and they wanted me to pick Leona up, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna do the brand because again, I got to get out of these tank champions, which is what all I play. And people are like, oh, you could play Brum. I'm not good with that Brum shield. I'm not good with it. I always have it aimed the wrong way. I'm not absorbing nothing. It's stupid. Okay. So, knowing my weaknesses there, I just didn't do it because I haven't prepared it. I didn't play it enough. I haven't prepared it. Maybe it's something I start doing during the split. Like maybe it's something I start picking up next split, start picking up different types of champions. But as of right now, that's all I got.
Yep, I get that.
All right. Drawing a little bit of focus in to let's focus a little bit on certain subjects. Howling, what y'all said your team wasn't really coordinated, really. I'm sure
Right.
y'all there were call outs like, hey, look, we should be doing this, but then all of a
Right.
sudden someone's on the other side of the map, we can't do this.
Right.
But what was actually being said about trying to find a solution to the fact that first off, Light in both games got insanely fed. As at Mortizer and then as at Shin was just a huge presence. And Desi, especially in the first game, as Yasuo. What was being said to try and figure out how to actually counter that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. That's a good question. That's a good interview question. And I'm about to give you a good interview answer because that's what I do. I'm a professional. I'm gonna hit you with the we don't know. Let me explain. Let me explain. So the plan was to play as safe as we possibly could. We didn't, and we did that for a good a point
You did that in the first
of
game.
for the first game. We did as good as we could the first game, not trying to give Yasuo too much. That was our all right, cool. We know that what we've picked will not deal with Yasuo. Our only job is to not give him too much. See, the problem is, even though we didn't give him that much, we let him farm.
And then he just
And
got too
that
far ahead.
gave and then he just got too far ahead for us to deal with. And that's just the nature of that matchup. If you can't stop him, he's going to hurt you eventually. And then him and Rakan got to the point where even our tower wasn't safe.
So they
And as you can tell, we tried to get him up off us. It didn't work. He just wind walled everything I had, so I'm useless. And
yeah.
now and our ADC is lagging the whole way. So
I felt that was a huge point for y'all is just the fact that
you know,
it doesn't look like your ADC was bad in any stretch of the imagination. It just looked like he was in the few fights he was actually able to get into, he just either sat in melee range or did not move at all, which I assume were just due to lag.
right, and it's just lagging, bad equipment, bad night. It was a bad night.
I think my favorite
That's
quote from all this was Spectrum OP.
Yeah.
yo. It was bad. It was bad all the way around, and not to say that we didn't make mistakes. Like I was out of position for certain things, and again, like I said, I was out of position. Uh, Yasuo just like that. Yasuo was amazing, bro.
I
Made this like he makes this like we got small mistakes there, man. Very minuscule stuff, and that minuscule stuff paid dividends for them. And that's the difference between a silver and a gold team. And this team, like you can clearly see them making us pay for every little small mistake we make.
oh yeah, Jarvan tried to invade when he really shouldn't have a couple of times. When y'all's team had no priority in other lanes, and Daikon just immediately rotated on him without a second, like not even a second to spare, just instantly rotates. All of a sudden, Jarvan's dead. Honestly, I want to talk about the Jarvan real quick. Why did in the second game the Jarvan go straight lethality? Because y'all's team
That's
didn't have a
what I-
tank. Y'all's team did not have a single tank. So Jarvan even
Right.
going Bruiser probably would have been better off, in my opinion.
No, I mean, again, this was the second game was we're going to throw at them what we can.
Okay.
So a part of that was okay. Our jungle didn't do well last time. Matter of fact, he got smoked, killed, defeated a lot. So we went, okay, we're not going to be, okay, we lost. All right, cool. Done. Let's go in and kick their ass.
Okay.
So we built to kick their ass and got our ass kicked. I'm just saying, sometimes you pick a fight and that guy's just bigger than you.
I'll say
That's all.
one of my
all I'm
favorite
saying.
things was when I saw Light here dive Jarvan under tower at full HP.
Come out full health. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie though, our team was really happy to see that Jarvan pick because we were debating on it. But as soon as we saw Jarvan, Mira was locking in Kiana because Jarvan ult with Kiana ult
So
was
that was
nasty. I don't know if
yeah.
you noticed the one
Oh,
where
yeah.
we were just below Dragon in that tri bush, and she hit that wall and it went all the way around Dragon Pit too.
I
Because of the
don't know if I
ult.
saw that one, but I saw the one up top lane when it happened, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone inside of
Yep.
it was just instantly melted. It was just like, oh,
So it and like I said, we just got to work as a team to get better at figuring out, okay, what are we gonna do here? Because we didn't have an identity running into, like, after we get punched in the mouth the first game, the second game we just wanted to fight. We just wanted to.
Oh yeah, we could tell. It was a good fight
we
too.
we just wanted to. We wanted to show we weren't scared. We didn't lose our spirit, and that we can actually play this game and come back.
I mean,
And
y'all
we
were.
got punched in the mouth, and we got punched in the mouth again. So
I
you know,
mean, I will say I lost my head in that one mid lane team fight where you got that double kill from that ult and W combo.
yeah.
Like, I lost my head off that because that was glorious. That was exactly what your team needed to do in every other
and
fight.
and we were like, yeah, that. And when that fight went down, we were like, yes, that was a good fight. That's cool. But then we overstayed.
Yes, overstayed, and from that point on, there wasn't another team fight.
So
It was-
like I said, and it's like they were avoiding it. Like they did a good job of avoiding those team fights. Whenever we all got together, we were looking for the way in to start the team fight. But when we did that, we noticed that people would split off from the group to try to flank us. So we didn't start. We wanted them all together. We wanted a 5v5 head to head. But they never gave us that.
Nope.
They never gave us that. They split off on purpose, forcing us to deal with different pieces of pressure. Kiana was down bottom. We had to acknowledge that that was happening. We had to acknowledge that that was happening, and we couldn't engage on the 4v5 that we wanted to because you guys were never together. They were never together.
Yeah,
It's
after
like
we lost that fight, we weren't gonna group up again for that.
it's like you're dating a fat chick. You guys didn't want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Okay? They didn't want nothing to do with a team fight after that until it was too late. It was too late for us to do something about it. So, like, it was excellent playing around what we wanted to do. So, what we wanted was the team fight. We wanted to fade. We wanted to fight, and they never gave it to us.
Looking at Vision Store, first off, my boy Howling has the best in the game.
Yeah, by two.
Bruh, I've been bruh. Do you know how hard it is to keep Vision up against this team?
Very, I understand. Like, that was my favorite part was that.
Because I walk out, I'm like, all right, boom, Vision here, wait till he goes back, then go into the jungle to get some. By the time that happens, they've killed 2 of the 3 wards I put out.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned in the game was like, there's so many death plays of Drakthar in this game that wards just don't exist. Every time you place one, they're gone. But
and I'm trying to put one on Drag. Like, I'm like, hey man, we need Vision on Dragon. So we're talking about Baron clearing Baron Vision, and they take Dragon.
Yeah,
They take Dragon from underneath our nose because we're busy.
See, at that, are you talking about like near the end of the game they took the Ocean Drake?
Yes, where they took the Ocean Drake. That's because we wanted to we had vision on it. They cleared it. We were worried about them taking Baron. That was our worry, because if they take Baron, that's game for us. And we wanted to extend it as far as we could to make them try to fight us team fight wise.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
why we weren't going for Baron. We were afraid of a 5v5 in that pit.
And
I'll
that's
say
what we
that's.
wanted. We wanted a fight.
I'll be
We was like, we're crunched up at Baron, like, bro, are they coming?
like,
Nope.
to be honest, my suggestion right there is if you know they're on Dragon, like, or around that Dragon area, because they're clearing all your wards, you know they're transitioning down there. Honestly, what y'all need to do is y'all almost came close to it. I thought y'all were gonna do it. Right when it happened, I thought you were doing it. I was so happy, but then y'all transitioned off and just stopped.
Because we decided that going in there blind wasn't a good idea.
Well,
We
no,
were blind.
y'all could have done. You could have started Baron. You could have taken Baron while they were doing Dragon, because
And we wanted to, but we weren't aware that they were doing Dragon. We were making that call as that happened. Bruh, I swear to God, on Christ, on Jesus, on Plus, that we were sitting there, hey bruh, if they go for Dragon, we will go for Baron. And as soon as we finish that sentence, as we go for the Dragon has been slain. Shit!
there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. There was a point where this is directly entirely towards you, Howling.
Okay.
There was a point where you were setting up vision on Dragon side.
Yep.
I don't. It was probably a little early mid game around there.
Yep.
You were setting
I
up
remember.
vision for Dragon side, but the Dragon was down and had been taking like less than a minute ago, so it was
Right.
down. There was no point in setting vision over there. Meanwhile, Baron is up. Daikon has vision all over there. You were clearing vision and setting up vision on Dragon side, but I think you should have been doing that on the other side
Okay.
because
All right.
there was just no.
I'm gonna explain my reasoning for it.
Okay.
All right. So that vision wasn't for Dragon.
Okay.
That vision was for movement. We don't know where they're moving to. My whole problem was they weren't going for Baron. We seen that they wanted nothing to do with the team fight. So now I want to see where they're moving. Where are they going? Because they're not on a map that we can see. I can't find them. And if I can't find them, we can't figure out what they want to do next. And that was my problem as the support. I wanted to see where they were going. What was next? What was coming? Where they wanted to go. But I didn't have that information. So now I'm warding, all right, ward Dragon, see if someone's near it trying to clear it out. My whole thing was trying to catch where they wanted to go. And I couldn't figure it out. So I'm trying to guess where the next. It's like, you ever seen one of those heist movies?
Yep.
Where you're just like trying to guess where the next heist is coming from? I'm just trying to figure out where they're going. I can't track their movements if I can't see them.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out where they're going. And the whole team was trying to figure out where they were going at that point. Because once we lost that Dragon, and once we lost the second one, we knew that they're using our lack of vision or our lack of being able to find them to their advantage and playing around what we couldn't see.
All right.
So we needed to find a way to see them. So that means doing a ward in an unpredictable time frame. So yeah, we just took down Dragon. Let me ward there now. We can see them the next time they go.
Okay.
So that way it's unfamiliar because they're wiping our wards out as we put them at a predictable time. So we're putting them down at the time that they will go wipe them out.
I have literally just one more question. In the second game, when you picked Brand, and they picked the Yumi Karma.
Oh God. Okay.
As a Brand and a Yumi player, I understand Yumi is annoying as hell for Brand.
Yes.
Like she completely negates.
And shout out to him. Shout out to that Yumi. Bruh. So there was one point where I did my E and then tried to cue him right after. Every time I did that, he would pop out and take the cue.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. And it annoyed me to shit. I'm like, yes, it's perfect. Shit, it's a Yumi. Every time.
On top of that,
So shout out to him.
Top-
Shout out to him, bro.
top of that, whenever you try to ult,
I didn't even know that was a possibility. But now I know. And that sucked.
on top of that, whenever you try to ult the Karma, Yumi just can't bounce. You can't bounce the ult off her.
Nope, because she disappears. And I didn't even try that. I didn't even try to throw the ult at her. Because once I realized that she's doing that with the Q, I noticed, okay, wait a minute. She knows the matchup. Hold up. She knows more about the matchup than I do.
There is one outplay to make, but it's so situational that's not even like worth talking about most of the time. If you ult her while she tries to hop on someone, she does get hit by the first proc of it still. Just like all attacks or targeted abilities in general. She'll still get hit by the first one, and she'll bring it to the ADC or whoever. And so you might be able to pick up a random kill doing that, but it's just so situational. It's just one of those things to know that you can do.
But yeah, I mean, I just got to expand my champion pool. I was too easily banned out.
True. That's honestly.
I was too easily banned out of the game. I'm literally a one trick. If you've ever seen a one trick, it is one hell of a trick, but I have one trick. Okay, I got one trick. It's hella good, but it's one trick. And if you ban that one trick, I have a problem. So I'm gonna spend my next week working on champions, working on maybe bringing something different, and just show up with something else.
Honestly, my suggestion is I know you said it's not you've been trying to, but it's not been easy. Is really just get your team together for practice because honestly, that's what really killed y'all in the second game because y'all could have won it because y'all
really
had
did.
the early game advantage, but y'all lose mid in terms of comps. You have early game advantage, you lose mid, but then you come back in that late game with the brand Corky.
Right.
True.
And we were discussing that. And we discussed it. And that's why we were like, we got to get, and we all said it together. We just got to get the late game. Don't let them kill us till we get the late game. And we were like, all right, we're playing around Baron because we know that's one of those conditions that instantly ends games. Let's get that out of there. We don't want to deal with that. All right, cool. Bruh, I swear to God, as we were playing around one objective, they never cared. They never cared what objective we were playing around. They were playing their own game. And we would just so happen to be on the Rift. And it felt like that the entire game. It really was hard to keep up with what they wanted to do. And their bot lane was so ahead of what we wanted to do. Like even when we had our little bit ahead, they were already plotting how to get us down. And that Kiana, man.
Oh yeah.
Don't talk Kiana up too much. She's gonna get a big head.
Like Kiana was doing mad damage.
Kiana did a lot that game.
That Kiana did a lot.
First time I've seen Mira on Kiana, it was pretty good.
She instances kills. But she did massive damage. So
I'm not even worried about kills. Like what killed us down bottom was we saw her coming. We saw her. We were warded up really well. We were well lit. We seen her coming, but we couldn't do anything to stop her. Like if she's coming for you, she's the T1000. You're gonna die. Like there's nothing more. I feel like all right, and we didn't ward where we were like warding in that pussy ass bush and the pussy ass tri bush and all like the three places people fucking ward. No, we're warding up by Dragon where we can see her coming and still can't do nothing about it. I made sure to ward where I can see her coming because we knew she was coming. Still couldn't do nothing about it.
Merritt, you just called Light Daddy. I don't think you have the right to say Family Channel now.
It's a unique relationship with this mid laner here. Something else.
So yeah, I'm like, man, and this is the game y'all found us on. Like, yeah.
Hey, I'm just glad I found y'all. You bet me. You said good luck as if it was impossible for me to find you.
I said good luck because there was 8 teams. that played on Monday, and I'm
Oh,
like,
so
good luck.
Howling, I just want you to know I sub for him on Sundays, so I told him you were playing today.
But I say he mentioned that his team was against yours. I was just like, oh really?
You
It's funny because I
snitch.
also sub for your coach, so
Dang it, you snitch. And we just got that. And the crazy part is, bruh, let me tell you about these coaches, bro. We've had 3 coaches so far.
wow.
This is our 3rd coach. The first 2, tight-lipped, didn't say nothing to the team at all. At least now we got Slim, who's going over what we just went through. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
like Slim. Like I've played with him a few times
That
now.
I mean that 40
I like
grit sandpaper, that 40 grit sandpaper, no lube game that we just went through. He gonna go through that.
So I'll be sending a VOD to
Well.
both teams so that y'all can all look through it, especially Light considering he's the coach.
It works out for me that I was in the game. Now I can review it myself too. So.
Like I'm like, man, I mean, it didn't disappoint us. We kind of knew because your team is mostly made of gold, and we're silver and bronzes. So I'm like,
I think we
it's
only have 2 gold players on the team.
no, y'all had 3.
Three?
Y'all have 3,
Mm.
Light,
and
tighten
we're like,
yourself.
we're just, and we are just bronze and silvers. So we don't know how y'all got down here, but
Light counts.
welcome,
He's third.
welcome,
Sure, I'm not part of the team.
like welcome down here. Like we're not sure how you guys got down here, but whatever. Anyway, I wasn't scared of y'all team. Like let's get this clear. We knew who y'all team was.
So you're saying
We
you
weren't
want a
scared.
rematch for
Definitely,
practice?
definitely. Let me get my game up, son.
All right, you let us know when. We're always down.
Bro,
Strim.
you can catch these hands. Like, bro.
I mean, that's the thing. It's just scrimming against other teams to be huge for you.
That's what
Unfortunately, my team
that's
has
what our
never been
goal
able to
was,
do
man.
that.
That's what our goal is, man. Our goal is to like get some scrimmages together because that was embarrassing.
Honestly, the first game was one thing, but
I sit here and talk all of this stuff about all of these teams, and now that I'm a player, I'm not. And first and foremost, let me put this out before we go forward. Hit me with all the negative you want. I take it as criticism, and I need it. Because again, as you can tell by the game, I suck. All right.
honestly, the biggest thing I didn't give in criticism was there was one massive misplay that I noticed from you. Mid lane, you walked up just way too far with no one like there to follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that,
Yeah,
I was like,
Yeah,
you
what
got the
is
I got
Brand
stun.
doing right now?
You got the stun on Light here, but Light got the taunt on you.
bruh. And and let me hit you with how that went.
The score for game 2 was 1954 to 40 for good lord. Brain broke.
So
Patrick.
so I'm gonna walk you through how that went down. So I hit my E because I seen him getting close. I thought he was within range of my E. He was not.
So you walked too far forward.
So my auto walked up and it hit E. I'm like, oh wait, shit. And then I seen him dash. I went Q, stop, and it didn't stop his E. It didn't stop his dash. It didn't stop him at all.
That was one thing that bothered me the whole game was Jarvan was really good at hitting his EQs, and I think he stopped like 4 of my taunts.
And I'm like, bruh, and we were like, we were trying. We were really like, hey, bro, they're over here, get moving. Like we never stopped communicating. We never lost like spirit or like nothing like that. It was just too much.
I mean, I said it in the recording. If you go back and watch it, I honestly believe that second game, the first game, y'all just got pressed out lane. Y'all were counter picked. There was not much to really do. Even I was just like, afterwards, I was just like, all right, to win that game, ban out those champions because you're not winning it once you get inside.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, we needed to get rid of, like, we needed Yasuo gone, and that's a fact, bro. He needed to leave. Like, why you make a champion like that, Riot? His wind wall blocks everything. You can't block the first skill. You block all 5 skills, bro.
But the second
For the
game,
whole duration, bro.
I really
No,
feel like
I'm
it
not
was.
done. I'm not
Hey,
done talking about this stupid wind wall.
hey now.
Fucking wind wall. Like you literally ixnayed an entire character. You stopped Nami in its entirety with one move.
I mean, same with
I
Jinx,
mean,
Jin,
you did last
and
pick Nami, so
Hey, that ain't my fault either.
uh,
I forgot about wind wall.
that sounds like the epitome of your fault. But I do believe the second game really just came down to like you have 3 assassins all looking to go in by themselves instead of trying to flank or trying to set up, dives on someone who's by themselves, trying to catch people out, trying to make pits. It really just felt like you're trying to force a
I'm
team
glad you
fight,
said that.
a team
I'm glad
fight,
you said that.
but with 3
No,
assassins one after the other.
that's not what happened.
That's what it looked like.
I know what it looked like, but let me tell you what happened. I can tell you what it looked like. We all know what it looked like, but I'm gonna tell you what happened. We were trying to catch them the whole time, but again, I'm like, okay, we're getting our wards destroyed. Let's ward in unconventional places so we could try to catch them. Everybody wards in the same spots. Let's ward somewhere unconventional and let's try to catch them out. We never caught them out. So
Oh.
what you caught was when people went in, they were actually trying to ward in different spots, different places. And the whole team just appeared out of nowhere.
I mean, I saw a Talon dive mid lane with no HP under tower. This is what I mean by going in, like followed up
Like,
by Jarvan and Trazes. This is just what I mean by going
so
in.
we had some desperate moments. We had some desperate moments. But that's because look at the position we were in. Okay? Okay? The position we were in was we needed to make something happen or we lose this game. Period. So what's the point of playing super de-duper safe if it's not netting us nothing? So let's go ahead and try something. Maybe if we ain't got no fear, they'll start to be afraid of us.
See, I have one counterpoint to that. Every fight that I'm referring to was a 3v5. Because Corky and you were nowhere near the fights when they started. And this is what I mean by it felt like 3 assassins trying to get pit on an entire team. Because
So what we
if y'all were nearby, I would say yes.
What we were doing was not coordinated. Now, they wanted to do one thing, but we didn't coordinate it with each other. We didn't clear it. We were like, okay, we're gonna do this, and by the time we reacted, we already went back to base, or we went to go get an item, or we went to ward, or something like that. But we just weren't coordinated in what we wanted to do. We knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to catch one of them out. We wanted to catch one of them out or force them to fight. We wanted that, but we never got it. And it's just, all right, cool. We never got it, but we wanted to pick them out.
All right.
We wanted let's get it right. We wanted to pick them out.
Okay.
That's the reason why they ran out. That's why they ran out. But we just wasn't coordinated. And that's because we're not used to working together as a team yet. We've only played what? We've only played the ESDL matchups. We talked for a little bit about what we would do against your team, but we never played anything. We have no comps that we run other than Nico Brand, and that was something that we ixnayed for this game, or for like using we ixnayed that. So we don't really have anything as a team to coordinated response.
All
We
right.
got a coach now. Who's gonna review that, and we're gonna come up with stuff, and we're gonna practice, and we're gonna come up with things, and we're gonna be better. We're gonna be better. We're gonna
Okay.
kick your team in the mouth when you're not playing. Like,
That's
get on the
fine.
sideline. Get on the
That's fine.
sideline.
In that case, it seems like
Tell your
you've
team to come
already.
catch his hands.
Lupe,
You had to come
Lupe
do
is
it yourself. You had to come
Lupe
do it
is
yourself.
a solid top laner. I trust him.
Don't
All right.
worry.
So it
Don't
seems you've
worry.
already
Y'all come catch these
addressed
hands.
everything that you need to address for your team. Is at the end of the day, all the issues
We
are
didn't-
stemming from needing practice together.
We didn't, like I said, we didn't address everything. We're gonna go over the tapes because again, there's hella stuff to address. This game is beautiful, as in there's so much micro we could have done better as a team. There's so much we could have done to mitigate what was going on, and we probably didn't do it. We didn't know it. We didn't know it could be done, and that could be due to inexperience, and maybe as a team we just didn't know. But more importantly, we're gonna find out, and we're gonna play again. We're in the same division. We can't run from them. We gotta find a way to do what we couldn't do tonight. And we're gonna do it. And I believe in the people that I have as a team that we can do it. And we're just gonna get coached. We're gonna come up and we're gonna try to bust your team in the mouth.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So I've been putting, Patrick for President on blast a little bit for now. Impeach, it's time for me to put some blast on you.
Go for it.
What the? Okay, your team was collapsing on Kha'Zix. I mean, he was
Dude,
cut.
Kha'Zix was so slippery. Okay.
No.
They could not catch him.
No.
Yo, that,
No.
yo, no. Before you get on him, shout out to my Kha'Zix, bro. That dude is slippery. That dude
Okay,
is slippery.
I'll grant you,
His job
Kha'Zix
is
made some
supposed to be slippery.
damn good slip-aways that game. But there's one point where it was entirely your fault, Light, that he got away.
Which part?
All right.
Tell me where.
All right.
Go ahead.
Your team, 4 people collapsed on him, forced him into a bush, chasing him towards you. You're CSing in mid lane. If you had walked down,
I completely
saw that.
didn't see that. As soon as they said it, they're like, collapse on this, and I'm looking like, yep, I missed that opportunity, 100%.
let's say that was entirely on
I
you.
will give that. I
Yo,
100% agree with that.
yo,
Mira, I don't want to hear shit about this. We'll talk.
I remember that play, and he just walked out of mid and goes, "I lived." That was it.
Yeah, I 100% take responsibility for that.
Mayor, I don't know if this is a meme at some point, but please tell me you're purposely misspelling coach.
He thinks I'm his couch or something. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. She's been doing it the whole time.
Yeah, it is 100% on purpose.
Okay.
He's been doing it since we got together. So.
All right.
So yeah.
Keeping going on the blast part. Mira. What the heck? What were some of these roams that was going on? Because you had some great roams down by, but your roams top were a little iffy every now and then. I know your roaming's the right thing. You can't do Talon, but your roams top were the only times they ever worked out was when Jarvan was there and you managed to get the Jarvan ult combo with your ult. But other than that, you never really got anything. It was mostly just Light up there pushing in Kha'Zix.
That was us. That wasn't having to do with him. That was us.
I mean,
our comms was we agreed that if the team started roaming around, which they did in the first game with great effectiveness, they did a lot of effective roams the first game. So when the second game came around, we said if they roam, we give them nothing. We push tower, give them nothing, make them waste their time.
Mira's good at that.
And that's what we were good at. We are very good at wasting your time. Kha'Zix was like, "Hey, they might have killed me, but we wasted their time." The slippery Kha'Zix run through the Talon run through the base was to waste your time.
Yeah, almost 2S cutes.
If you're chasing him, then you're not beating up on Baron, and that's what we wanted. So that was definitely our call. So there was no roam that we weren't aware of. Like in the early game, we're very aware of where they were, and we played accordingly to where they were. We did
Yeah.
very good at playing accordingly to where they were. It's just once we lost track of them, that's where we started falling apart. Once we lost where they were, I was like, "Oh, you seen them? Nah, baby, have you seen them? I ain't." And
I'll
that's what
definitely
ended.
give you that. You scared the team a little bit early. Like you guys were playing that significantly different than you did the first game.
And
It's
then
like y'all had the advantage early by far.
Yeah, it was.
we, we wanted we wanted to beat you so bad,
You get another shot.
you know, and we were like, no, nah. And when things started to go awry, we didn't lose our spirit. We're like, all right, cool, we messed that up. Let's do this. And then we had that fight mid. What I have to commend y'all on is like how fast y'all take objectives. Like we need to work on our hop to it as
The
a team.
rotations.
Yeah.
Like your hop to it was a much more
Like
faster hop to it than
it
I anticipated.
it helps when you have a shot caller and the team just goes with it. So like that's one thing I think Slim will help you guys out with a lot is figuring out who's gonna make those calls so that you don't have as much hesitation.
If
Oh
nothing
yeah,
else, you have to have someone who's gonna step back and be like, because Light can tell you, we're playing together the last two Sundays. He was on our team for a bit. The shot calling on the team kind of like jumps around a little bit, but whenever we start to fall apart, what happened? Like, just tell them what happened.
Yet I don't even remember who it was because I don't remember half your names, but you have too many crayons. But you get one person who literally just gets people to stop, and
That's with me.
yeah, there's too many crayons. But yeah, one person just gets people to fucking stop, and we slow down and figure out what's gonna happen next. So
That was me. Like every time because we would start to lose the game, were losing the game. Okay, stop. What the hell are we doing? And then Blue just follows along. Shot says, "Okay, we're doing this, this, and this."
yep.
Lights over here. Okay, all right. If that's how we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it this way. Like, and that's how your team needs to communicate. Is stop. One person needs to say, "Okay, we're losing. Focus. What's happening? What are we doing? What's our answer to this?" And then everyone needs to come together and be like, "Okay, this is something we can do. All right. So how are we gonna do it? How are we gonna capitalize on it? What's the actual game plan?" You have to
See,
work together to come up with that.
and I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you with something that you and your audience don't know. It's hard to do that when your face is getting punched. Let me explain this to you. And this is something that I didn't know when I wasn't playing. The slowdown that we wanted to do was way too slow. When we if the second we slowed down, we did slow down once. We slowed down when Mountain Dragon came up.
Okay.
That's when we felt like we started losing control of the game, right? So,
First or second?
out, huh?
First or second?
The second game.
No. First or second Mountain Drake.
Um,
Because they got one
the
and then y'all
second.
got one.
No, that was Infernal,
Didn't y'all get
and
one too?
we stole the Infernal. We didn't get them
Okay,
out.
that's right.
We stole the Infernal because we were like, bro, we got to do something. They can't have all these dragons. They're collecting them like the Dragon Balls. It's Dragon Ball Z in here. Anyway, so we're like, slow down. The second we said slow down, things got worse. So we said slow down. They took another dragon. They took another dragon. They took a tower. They took another tower. While we're trying to come up with a game plan, they're rotating and taking objectives. We're forcing ourselves to respond. And that's hard to do. It's hard to respond when you got so many fires to put out. And that's good credit to their team to put so much pressure on the map that when we're not bleeding from one orifice. So that's easy to do if your leg is just bleeding. But if it's your leg, you got a gash on your arm, you got a cut up here, and you dying of cancer. There's not like what do you focus on first? So what that'll end up being is what I feel like that's gonna end up being for our team is we're gonna balance this juggling act of what matters to our team, what's the big what they've taken that's a piece of our win condition, and only plug that hole.
All right.
But slowing down when you have a team that's so rapid at taking so much, it's detrimental. You feel like you get further and further behind. The more you sit and think and go question your calling, the more you feel like you're going behind. And we felt that throughout. And I don't know about, I can't speak for the rest of my team. I wish I could because those guys are awesome. But what I felt was whenever I wanted to slow down and like, okay, where are they going next? What is the next objective? So I'm looking at the time. I pull up the timer. What's next on the timer? I'm a slow processor of information. I process information slow. Give me enough time and I'll have it down to you perfectly. But I need time. They didn't give us that time.
Okay. But this is the other
But
point is
I get what you're saying.
no.
I get what you're saying.
There's the other part
I'm
of it
just
though. You're
so
not the only
now I
member of
got
your team that can do it.
exactly. I'm not the only member of my team that can do it, and we all looked at each other and went, "This is going bad. What do we want to do?" And by the time we slowed down and started asking each other, "Hey man, what do you want to do? Hey dude, what do you want to do?" and we started talking about it, they pushed down our towers. Now we got to respond to this. They were taking Rift Herald. We had to respond to that. And now we're responding more than we are being proactive.
Speaking of
And
Rift
that's
Herald, that was a huge fight for Daikon. Got 3 kills off it. Jarvan managed to get the Rift
Yeah,
Herald,
you
but
guys got it, but yeah.
that was just
so
so fast of a collapse.
so we're like, and we're trying to get, and we're trying to do. All right, cool. They did this. Let's do this. We tried to go somewhere to where we would have the advantage and get something. They didn't let us have anything without some type of contest. And it's just difficult when your whole team can't respond like that. Especially in the first game where we couldn't respond at all.
Yeah, no, that first game. Like I said, the first game there was there was nothing to offer you, no advice. It was just like, okay, ban out that Yasuo, ban out that Mord if you can. Make,
Like that
make sure the Yasuo especially does not get through.
like that got steamrolled quickly. And now I'm sitting on the other side of the interview table and I see how people feel. Now I see how people feel where they can feel like you getting dumped on about your performance. I can see how you feel that way, but look at our performance.
I mean, at the
Look
end
at
of the
our
day, like I in no
nah,
means trying to dump on y'all because y'all actually
nah.
played the second game especially well, and I
I
can't.
agree. I
So
wouldn't feel too bad about the performance that second game.
so
The first game I can't hate on y'all for either because it's just that one felt so far behind.
that one was bad for banning phase. Like that
Yeah,
one was banned from the that one was banned from the banning phase because we couldn't even figure out what we were gonna do against that combination. And that was us not being a team in that point. But what I'm saying is, as sitting here, I understand it, but I don't understand where they say I don't want to hear anything negative. I want to hear it because I'm gonna go watch the tape and I'm gonna see it. And I want to see what you've seen. So I don't understand the negative piece, but I can see how someone can feel attacked if they're really prideful about their gameplay and the way they play. But I can't take pride in being mediocre like that. It was a mediocre play. We did very well, but we can always do better. And if we're defending our mediocre play, then we won't concentrate on getting better as faster. And
that
that's what we're here to do.
that is honestly probably the best way I've ever heard it put. That's exactly what you have to look at it as. It's like, okay, I need to constantly improve. If I'm not feeling, if I don't feel good about my performance, then why am I gonna try and why would I feel
Defend it.
bad about it? Yeah.
Right. I'm not gonna defend it because I got tore up. I don't know if you've noticed,
Yeah,
but
I
that
know
was
it's a
a
couple.
bad game. Like I don't know if you noticed, but that was a bad game for me.
I didn't have too many bad things to say about you
And
specifically, just
and that's no and like I felt all of my power go from me as soon as I seen Nautilus banned. I was like, "Yep, I'm out of there. I'm out of there."
all right.
If I got the Leona, I'm like, "All right, if I get Leona, we're in."
Just so you're aware, had you actually had your guys' mid laner there that game, Leona would have gone through because our mid laner's afraid of Vygar. So
Mm.
As I want to move this switch this a little bit. I want to focus on builds for both teams real quick.
okay.
Okay.
Daikon mostly is exactly what they need to do. Light, yours the only build that I'm question real quick.
What?
Yours and the Karmas. Yours, literally my only question is why the Spirit Visage over something like an adaptive when you're dealing with a Corki and a Brand?
Corki doesn't do that much from the same ability late, and no offense, Howling, but Brand wasn't doing a whole lot in the end. So you went
No.
you went a death cap second item on Brand. I wasn't too worried about dot damage.
That's fair.
Nope.
All right. In that case, my what about the Karma who built support?
So
Was
that
this
was
meant to just be a secondary support for your team?
kind of, we needed a little bit of AP damage. Look at our team, obviously, because it
Yeah.
was pretty much Nocturne and Kiana. But the goal, if you look at our comp, we were trying to Nocturne with the Yumi on it and Shen with the Nocturne. So Karma was also trying to just keep that alive. The
Okay.
goal initially was going to be trying to snowball the Nocturne, but
Okay.
you guys kind of countered that pretty hard early. So
All right.
We
And
tried to, man. We were like, no, we can't let the like as soon as we seen Nocturne, we're like, no, fuck that guy up.
yeah,
Howling.
That was, yeah.
My question for your team is mostly directed towards the three assassins. It's particularly the Jarvan. Like you all already mentioned earlier, you wanted to
Right.
go at this full blast. You wanted to do damage. Y'all
Correct.
wanted to try and kill them. But
Correct.
I'm looking at this, and we have 3 Fed people doing massive AD damage. Even Shin, who does mitts, is still doing a lot of physical damage with
Right.
his Titanic and all that. So
Right.
why is the only armor on your team on the ADC?
All right. So let me explain this one to you.
Okay.
We know this mad late. Let's get to that. We went, bro. We were so focused on not letting the second game go down as the first. Like the first, that we totally missed it. They were AD.
Okay.
We missed it. We went, bruh, we are going to hurt them, son. Like the whole thing was just amped up to do as much damage and pain to that enemy team as we could.
All right. I feel I should correct myself. Kha'Zix did have a GA and Jarvan had Ninja Tabby, but like it's a full AD team that were all fed as hell. If what you're saying is true, that everyone just didn't know us until later on, that's something.
Yeah, we that's something that we're gonna talk about, and our coach already hit at that. Like, man, I'm looking at y'all builds, dude. What the fuck? Well, he didn't say what the fuck because that's my language. He's much nicer than that. Shout out to Slim, coach. I mean, so he's much nicer than that. He ain't say like, "What the fuck, guy?" He was like, "Oh, you only had this much," or so on and so forth. So we noticed at the end. At the end, we're like, we should have gotten more the armor. We should have got more armor because we're definitely getting our ass kicked. But it was a little too late for wear. Maybe we notice it a little faster next time.
Honestly, that's something that is a big suggestion towards any player at any point in the game. Try to think about your build 10 minutes from now. Like this mostly what I'm about to say is mostly geared towards ADCs, but you know, you're building you just built your IE, you're looking at your second item and you're looking at maybe what you're trying to figure out what you want to build for your third item, whether or not you want to crit, lifesteal, whatever. But then you look at the enemy team. What are they building? Do they have armor right now? No. Okay, so I probably shouldn't build Last Whisper. But think about like 10 minutes from now, once you finish your third item, because that's about how long it's going to take to finish third, start on the, or finish second, start on the third. Look at that item and see, okay, are they done to build armor? Okay, am I ahead? Is my team AD? Okay, they are. My entire team's AD, so they're going to build armor, so I should probably build Last Whisper now. That way I don't have to worry about later, then build my second item. Just the components more than enough. And honestly, my suggestion to your team is stop. Like it's like you said, you were so far ahead. Like you're so busy trying to kill, to fight that you didn't notice until it was too late. But that's something that a big suggestion that to be taken away is slow down your mindsets a little bit. Not so much gameplay, like you said earlier, but slow down your mindsets and look at what's actually happening. Because y'all were so
Yeah.
focused on killing that you were getting killed for it.
Right. And that was again, and that was just we just didn't want the first game to go down like the second game. I mean, we don't want the second game to go down like the first game went down. And we wanted to put our name out there. Like, bro, we're not gonna lay down and just take it. Like we're gonna punch you in the mouth too. So
I will say,
I mean,
your team. All right, I probably shouldn't say this. Can I say this?
you can say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
All right. I watched the. I'm not gonna throw out a name, but I watched the last team you played, Daikon. Did not do nearly as well as your team. Into them, your team did so much better. I'm not gonna say the team name. I'm not gonna call out any names, but your team
That's
did.
true. Your recovery from for the second game was.
I mean, and that was more of a mindset thing. Like, bruh, to be honest, that first game rattled, rattled. Not my team, but me. I I've never been in League of Legends. I've never been dominated like that. I've always found a way. I'm always a real positive person. All right, cool. If we just stay here this long and we get to the point where we need to get to, we can turn this thing around. And that's always been my gist. Like, all right, we can turn this around, just stay positive, keep things going. It was hard to find even a bright spot in that first game. And it was hard. It was very difficult to find something that I can hold on to and say, this was where we did good. If we add to it, we'll do better. So that's when we shook everything up in the second game. We're like, shake it all up, shake the whole thing down. Let's shake the whole tree and let's see what we get.
All right, we're gonna bring this to a close soon because we've been talking for a little bit now.
Just a
I
minute.
what?
I would say we've been talking for a minute.
Yeah.
A hot minute.
I just want to say this because I know you've addressed this before, but I really want to make my opinion on this known because I believe this was a huge factor in the game. The full lethality Jarvan, I do not believe was the way to go. Your
Come on.
your team had no tank, no bruiser, nothing. I understand y'all want to kill, but y'all had nothing that scale. Jarvan does not scale well in lethality compared to a Nocturne.
Okay.
Mira
Well,
is saying in chat, tank Jarvan, a tankier Jarvan, you have a worse early game, but you would have scaled so much further because Jarvan would have been so much harder to kill, and that would have
all
given
right.
you a somewhere to fight around in team fights.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? You guys ready?
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Here's the end of the Tank Jarvan discussion. Where did we lose in our first game? Early.
Everywhere.
Hey you. Hey you. We're not talking to you right now.
I'm
All right.
here.
My guy, we lost early. That's what we felt. We felt like they got too ahead of us early and we couldn't do anything. And we didn't want to pick a team that went late. But
Okay.
but because of their bans and our character limitations, they forced us to do something that was kind of high later on in the game.
Okay.
So we needed Jarvan to have damage because we needed, like, and I know everybody's gonna disagree. Yes, it scales off real fast. It scales off real bad. It's terrible. You could have done so much better with the regular one. I'm putting you in the mindset of our team. We were not going to let them punch us in the mouth early if it killed us. And it killed us.
All right.
We played with this double-edged sword. And we got cut too. And that's cool. We knew what it was when we picked it. When we said, hey, this is the sword we're going to take into battle, we took it.
Okay.
And as a team, we agreed that, hey, yes, Tank Jarvan is better on later. We get it. But we're not trying to let it go later. We want to punch them in the mouth quick.
All right. Counterpoint. Just counterpoint. You Warriors.
I thought you said this was over, bro.
No. Warriors.
My guy.
And then another lethality item. You're still building damage early. You're still a massive threat early. You're still full AD Jarvan. But then that's all you need to do damage. At that point, you've already passed the power of Jarvan. You're already, by the time you're moving on to your third item as a Jarvan, at that point in the game, especially depending on how behind he was, by the time he was working on his third item, you're already past the scaling point for Jarvan. So building the first 2 damage item and then transitioning into a more bruiser comp or into a more bruiser build would have gotten you the same impact you were looking for, but would have scaled better and kept you in the game longer.
I am 100% sure you're right.
There's a butt coming.
No, there's no but coming. I'm 100% sure you're right. Okay? In the moment, that's not what we were thinking.
All right, fair enough.
In the moment, you got to realize. All right? Hold on. Devastation is a weird feeling in your body. When you get devastated, it feels weird. You're not sad about it because you knew what happened. We're not sad about it. We're all adults. We all paid to be here. We knew what happened. But it feels terrible to feel helpless. And when you feel helpless, the only thing you want after that is power.
Okay.
So, yes, we went for the power and we got cut down by it. It wasn't a smart decision. And we can see that in hindsight. That's true. But in that moment, we just wanted to get our feet. We wanted power, no matter what it cost us.
Okay. I'm gonna drop that there because honestly,
This dude.
I'm gonna
He's
drop
like,
that there.
Hold on, he goes, I don't agree.
No. I understand where you're coming from with this entirely. So I'm gonna drop it there.
I don't agree.
I understand where you're coming from entirely. I'm gonna drop it there because it's from what you're telling me. You and your team already understand. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to say anything else because you understood.
Terrible. We understand that it's terrible. We understood that what we picked was terrible. But you see that tilt that his jungler had? We wanted to give them some of the frustration that they gave to us the first game.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. That's why I'm gonna drop it there.
And that was it's a short-term goal. It's a short-term.
That's why I'm saying I'm dropping it there because y'all understood going into it. Y'all understand at least now, whether it was before then or after then, that what y'all wanted to do with that pick, and y'all went through with it to whatever end. Y'all understand the difficulties, the drawbacks, the pros, the cons, all of it. So there's no point even saying anything else about it. There's no point even saying anything else about it because you already know. So I don't need to.
I'm with you. Like I said, bro, we want to commend this team because this team, they put blood in our mouth. And The dangerous thing about an animal you put blood in your mouth is you didn't kill us. We'll come back for you.
Well, we're ready, so we'll see you again.
Well, Light
We'll
won't.
definitely see you again.
He'll just be spectating this time.
I won't. Yeah, I won't be there next time. Don't you worry.
Oh, I wasn't worried about you in the first place.
Okay.
Oh dang! Even though he was the most consistent player in both games.
He was, but we knew that he was a step in. Your whole team has to play us next time.
Like I said, if you look at Lupe's games the past couple weeks, I'm not too worried about it.
We're not worried about Lupe.
Oh dang! Even
Make
more
sure he knows that.
shots. All right.
What I'm saying is, you made a dangerous opponent. You made us aware. You made us aware of the level we need to get to.
And rivalries have been born. I love it. This is exactly what you want from the ESDL. This is exactly what you want from teams. It's you want that competition to be there. You want the fire to be between them.
So we're gonna work. Trust and believe we gonna work.
Alrighty. So now that we've said all this, I want to thank everyone for coming out, for staying for this long, because God knows it's been quite a bit of just sitting here and talking. And I want to thank everyone. I especially want to thank the teams. Howling, Impeached, your teams.
Yeah.
Y'all were amazing.
Good game.
Good Lord, I loved
game.
watching y'all. I had fun. You have no idea how much I wanted to come in here and like poke fun at you, Howling, but the fact is,
Yo.
coming in, y'all were both so fun to watch. I had so much strength.
Yo, last thing. When I saw your name in the spectator spot, I went, oh shit. If I don't have a good vision score, he is gonna kick my ass.
And hey, you came back and you had the highest on your team. You had the highest in the game. So you know what?
That's what I said. I said that to my team. I'm like, shit, if I don't have the best vision score ever, he's gonna kick my ass.
Hey, I don't know about ever. Like, you can ask Light.
You're gonna have
your vision
somebody.
yesterday was nasty, dude.
I had 165 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. This guy is visionary.
Yeah, I love some vision. That's why I always put pressure on teams to do it. And honestly, both teams' vision store was amazing. We didn't talk about much about it because y'all both already know.
And we were trying to clear their awards. They were trying to clear ours. We fought over awards, son.
Yeah, I saw. Mayor, I can tell you right now how to do it. If you have 75 gold and you open slot your inventory, buy a control board every time.
Yeah, Mira doesn't buy control words. We've been trying to work on this.
Well, there you go. That's honestly all you need to know.
If you look at items, he bought one, but didn't place it. So
it's if you end the game with a control board, I'll let that slide. But the whole point is
it's the only one you bought.
Bruh.
All right. Now, as I was saying, both teams.
You gotta get past it.
I'm just gonna move past. I'm just gonna move past. We've been talking for a long time. Both teams already know everything they need to know about what to talk about with their own teams, with their coaches. Like, you're the coach, so you especially.
We can't wait to actually sit down and actually get work with. Like, we're glad that our coach actually said something, because we had to, so I feel like we got the squad that's willing to do the work, and we're definitely gonna bring something. We're gonna bring it, man.
I hope so.
Forward to it.
I hope so. All right. So, as I was saying, wonderful games. I loved watching y'all. I'm a red crayon casting. We've been talking so long, my brain is broken. Team Patrick for president and Daikon Tactics. 2-0 victory for Daikon Tactics. Close matches, exciting games. We hope to see more from both teams. And this is
ImpeachedLight, coach of Daikon Tactics.
And
this is XxHowlingxX support for Patrick for president.
No. Howling, you know that is not you. Say it with a passion, like you always do, my man.
You're all right. This is XxHowlingxX support for Team Patrick.
Perfect. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. All right. Now I can say you have put your name in the thumbnail. People will watch it, like I said earlier.
Dang.
All right.
As we go into this, Thank you for the wonderful games, and have a wonderful night.